Rooftop Sports welcomes you to a special presentation of the National Football League.
That's not what he wanted to cook.
Well, good afternoon, or no, I'm sorry, good evening, everyone. This is the Rooftop Sports. Here I am, along with the Steve Silver. And Steve, how are you doing today? As my Seahawks will take on your Detroit Lions.
Oh, dude, I'm great, man. This is just an opportunity to sit back and, shoot the shit and watch my Lions destroy the Seahawks. Now, this is the weirdest thing, though, right? Because obviously everybody knows I'm from Seattle. My ex-wife was a season ticket holder. Yes, I am still a Seattle Seahawks fan, but, I also, when I moved out here, I told the funniest thing is I told myself that I wouldn't get emotionally involved with the Lions, but 3 weeks after I moved here, I was at my sister's house on her couch watching the Detroit Lions, and I was hooked from the moment that I watched Ryan Gosling sling passes for the Lions. So go Lions, but I also would like to see the Seahawks fare well tonight as well too. So from that standpoint, I just want to see a good game, but go Lions. Go Lions.
Yeah, I don't blame you. You have adopted the culture pretty well, and you know what? It's actually shows a little bit more fun when I have the opposing fan rather than someone that agrees with me on almost everything. So why not mix it up?
Yeah, well, Geno Smith sucks, and everybody knows it. So.
I agree with that too. I don't want him.
But before we get started, a quick. I want to send my condolences to the Rose family. Major League Baseball's all-time hit king, Pete Rose. Charlie Hustle, man, my favorite player growing up. That's who I modeled my game after. Playing the game, passed away today at the age of 83. Major League Baseball needs to get their head out of their ass and make that man eligible so his family can at least share in the joy of having his baseball career being enshrined in Major League Baseball's Hall of Fame.
It is tragic that he has not been even reinstated or even inducted into Hall of Fame. Like the only few times he was able and allowed to even set foot in the stadium was just to watch his son Pete Rose Jr. play baseball, and maybe and visiting with the All-Century team, and maybe some rare appearances for the Cincinnati Reds to be honored. So hopefully Pete Rose's family will get to experience at least the honor of the Hall of Fame. And another condolences to send out to is the Mutombo family and any of the African community from around the world that was also affected positively by Dikembe Mutombo, as he has just passed away as well this morning, which is huge reason why I actually made a huge video in his honor when he led the 94 Denver Nuggets to defeat the Seattle Supersonics, and I will provide that link in just a few moments. And yes, Seattle fans may not like it. It's painful for me when I was reading up about it, but it's all about Mr. Mutombo, and I made the video for his honor and great things he did. He was a great humanitarian, great defensive player, great teammate, great guy, and also had a great commercial. Not in my house, not today. Definitely condolences to him. And also here is the link to that video that I actually made all day today. That was literally my day, was making this video on Dikembe Mutombo. And now I may have to make one for Pete Rose, which will take even more extensive research.
Yeah. I know we're about to get into it, but into the game. But the thing that saddens me is there's no doubt, man, that Pete wasn't perfect, but between the lines when he was a player, he damn near was. Whatever happened post-career, it is what it is. But his baseball career needs to be recognized because he's like, there's a few things that will never get broken. Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hitting streak will never be broken, and Pete Rose's all-time hits will never be broken. And that that in itself needs to be recognized as baseball greatness. And that man needs to have a plaque in Cooperstown. And it's absolutely ridiculous that the arrogance and the ego of Major League Baseball won't allow them to at least make him eligible posthumously as now. But the crazy thing though is, like, it's the hypocrisy of Major League Baseball, right? For all the money they take from gambling websites nowadays, all the sponsorship revenue that they take, but also all the drug use that's being, that was in Major League Baseball. And so what kind of message are you actually sending, right? That drug use is like gambling is worse than drug use. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. Guys, guys will take steroids, sit out 80 games and get to resume their career. You know what I mean? Guys will cork bats, get suspended for 10 games and get to resume their career. I mean, what are we talking about here? Right? It's the only reason why Pete Rose is not in because he had the audacity to sue Major League Baseball. And of course, nobody is bigger than baseball. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why. So, Pete served his time, man. He served his time, and it's time to it's time to do the right thing, Major League Baseball.
Yep, get him the freaking Hall of Fame that he long deserves, and even Pete Rose haters will tell you that he does not deserve it. And I was even like today, like other than talking about the Seahawks, I was going to talk about my accomplishment in fantasy baseball as I have just secured my first ever fantasy baseball championship with huge victory in the finals, including carried by 3 of the Mariners starting pitchers, but we'll not be focusing too much on that because 2 condolences to send out to the Matumbo family and the Pete Rose family. And also, we have a Seahawks game to cover, and it's going to be the Seattle Seahawks against the Detroit Lions, and both teams are part of some of the top teams in the NFC. Got the Seahawks at 3-0. They're trying to join the Minnesota Vikings as the other undefeated team. Detroit Lions are at 2-1. But what is here today is that the Seahawks are depleted in their defensive end and their defense, where most of their players are out. So it's going to be a huge challenge for the Seahawks to come away with a victory. And how do you feel about your Lions today?
I feel great, man. I feel very, very good. I was at the game against Tampa a couple of weeks back where Jared just kept trying to thread the needle to the sun god, Amon-Ra St. Brown, completely ignoring Jameson Williams and Sam Laporta. And it seemed like last week that he distributed the ball a little bit more evenly. And of course, the Lions had very good success down in Arizona. So I expect more of the same, man. First and foremost, man, they're going to want to run the football. They're going to want to establish that. What they're going to mostly do is do a lot of play action, get the defensive line moving one way, and hopefully they'll have one-on-one coverage on the other side of the field with Laporta or St. Brown. And that's usually how the Lions play. They like to move the ball quickly, and on defense, they're going to try to get after the quarterback as much as possible. Who's going to be able to guard Aiden Hutchinson? We'll find out. Seahawks offensive line isn't exactly the greatest, and Aiden is an absolute beast. So it's going to be interesting, man.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me of Aiden Hutchinson, because that guy terrifies me. That guy is a freaking beast. So I expect great things out of Aiden Hutchinson, especially against this paper-thin offensive line that has struggled to protect Geno Smith. So Geno Smith is going to have quite some activity today. And game is still about, I would say, 6 minutes away. And I checked going back to Pete Rose, I just checked the MLB website, and they haven't even mentioned the news at all. Like, they haven't even said a thing to recognize Pete Rose. So the question is, will Major League Baseball even give him that kind of recognition, or at least break the news on Pete Rose? Question is to be remained.
Dude, it's so disrespectful, man. 100%. The idea that listen, I understand, but when Bart Giamatti was the commissioner of baseball, the original ruling that Pete would only sit out a year, would only be banned for a year, and then he'd be welcome back. And of course, Pete at the time challenged that ruling, and that was they literally had a handshake agreement, right? Like, just sit out a year, let the storm blow, and in a year you'll get reinstated. Except Bart Giamatti had a heart attack. Bud Selig came in and basically said, any deal that you guys had was out the deal because you decided to sue Major League Baseball instead of just keeping quiet for a year. And that's the thing. It's like, and then Bud Selig obviously had, well, it's not as bad as what's going on now with Major League Baseball and the now commissioner, but there was a deal in place that would have had Pete Rose reinstated a year before Bud Selig was going to leave office. For whatever reason, I think what ended up happening was Selig got a lot of blowback from Rob Manfred and some of those in the inner workings in the commissioner's office. So that became out the table. And then as soon as Rob Manfred took over, it was a non-starter. That's the thing. It's like everybody was like, oh, well, Pete admitted, and it's like, at the end of the day, who gives it? It is what it is, man. Of course he was a degenerate gambler. But that being said, it's like, why doesn't Major League Baseball try to help him? You know what I mean? It's like, you send drug users to counseling. You help them become better people. Why wasn't Major League Baseball doing the same thing with Pete Rose as far as like Gamblers Anonymous or whatever the case may be? You know what I mean? Like to blackball him in that way. It sickens me. That's the, you talk about Major League Baseball today, and especially Rob Manfred's tenure, the debacle with the Houston Astros, and no players got punished and they swept another rug. Shohei Ohtani, of course Ohtani knew, right? And of course he was involved, but Major League, he's the biggest star, so Major League sweeps another rug. You know what I mean? But when it comes to this, they're taking this like hard line stance. It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, it really is. As commercial break is still going on at the moment. They're showing like the Joker commercial. I have no idea what they're showing right now. Oh, it's another Joker movie coming out, as if they need another movie in the DC universe. And looks like we are coming back from the break, as of course Monday Night Football is led by, or going to be called by, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. And I have a hot take. I think Joe Buck and Troy Aikman's actually a solid duo. I never had problems with him. I never understood the hate that they gave to Joe Buck. I think it was just based on that they just caught him that one moment where he sounded boring, and then he called out Randy Moss for the mooning touchdown celebration. He's like, that was a disgusting act.
That was disgusting.
Aside from that, I never had issues with Joe Buck and Aikman. If anything, I actually like the ones and the current guys on Fox, other than Kenny Albert. And yep, they're showing the intro for Monday Night Football. If we remember back in the old days, remember that Rockstar guy's like, "Are you ready for some football?" with his sunglasses. But unfortunately, he got fired from the show a long time ago due to political statements that he made a long time ago. And now they're showing Snoop Dogg. They're showing like basically everything. But yes, we can agree that this game will be the first challenge for the Seattle Seahawks season. And last year, when the Seahawks did play the Lions, Seahawks actually did win on overtime. And that's when I guess the Lions were just trying to figure it out at the time. But eventually they made it to the NFC Championship and unfortunately lost to the 49ers, which they did have a solid lead. So hopefully for the Lions' sake, that will not repeat again. But they're going to have to go through the Seahawks. And yeah, they don't have anything on defense, but maybe Mike McDonald can scheme his way out of it. So we'll see how this game works out. But I don't have much expectations for the offense since Aiden Hutchinson is your guy. And Lions do tend to have a solid defense.
Yes, he is definitely that. He is my guy.
So who's your favorite player on the Lions? I mean, I assume that you probably looked up all the history of the Lions. I mean, I'm just going to guess yours would be either like Barry Sanders or Stafford or Calvin Johnson.
No, I mean, you have to understand, like when I was a kid, obviously I lived in Seattle, and, that was the era when the Seahawks were blacked out, because I don't know if you remember this, Ken Behring actually gutted the Seahawks after the 91 season. And when, they came back, In 92, they went 2-14, but he was trying to move the team to LA. They were going to be the Blackhawks down there because Ken Behring owned the Blackhawk estate down there, that residential area. So we wanted to name the team the Blackhawks. Anyway, fans just weren't going to stand for it, and so they stopped coming because they didn't want to line Behring's pockets. But there used to be a blackout where if Seahawks didn't sell 95% of their tickets in the old Kingdom, they wouldn't be shown locally. So we only saw 8 Seahawk games a year, man, from like 93 to like 96, 97. So, we in the area, we saw a lot of the closest team to that area were the 49ers. So we saw a lot of 49er football. I saw basically the end of the Montana era and the entire Steve Young era. And so we only saw the Seahawks on the road. They weren't exactly great. So, it was what it was, right? So, I grew up watching Cougar football. And whatever Seahawks I could watch on the road. So, the Rick Meyer era, the Stan Gilbaugh era, who else was there? Oh yeah, the John Freeze era.
Warren Moon, John Kitna.
Warren Moon, John Kitna. Oh yeah.
Brock Heward even.
Yeah, Brock was a little later, but yeah. The beginning of the Matt Hasselbeck era in what was it, 2000?
2001, and now here is the first handoff. No, it's not going to be a handoff, fake handoff, the pass, and that's going to be caught and only going to be a gain. Yeah. As Lions are going to be on the second down, and I actually do have someone on my fantasy football team that needs to get me like 50 points. That's going to be Amon St. Brown. So yes, I'm cheering for the Seahawks, but I'm also cheering for Amon St. Brown to put up 50 points. Maybe he can with this depleted Seahawks defense. And now we've got a second down and 9 for Jared Goff. He's going to hand it off to the running back, and that is going to be at least a few yards gain. Surprised they didn't get much out of it. And that's going to be a third down. Mike Morris, Jonathan Hankins, and Jaron Reed, 2 of those names that you're not exactly used to for the Seahawks defense. And even the linebackers are going to be a bit shorthanded.
Let's go, Ryan Gosling. There's a nice little handoff right there. Ooh.
Oh, you spoiling me on football too. And now we got a 3rd and 6. Man in motion. Tight end's going to be at the wideout. No, he's going to be joining the line. They need all that protection for Jared Goff to give him all that time to throw. He is going to pass. And now here is, he is just getting overwhelmed. And he is actually going to go down with a sack. And that's going to be a 3 and out. And the Lions are going to be forced to punt almost immediately.
Yeah, you're looking at this. So you had a motion out, and of course a motion out, but then he comes back and he's almost as that second tight end right there, coming right off the edge. And Jared, that's the thing is Jared needs to throw that ball away. The first sign of pressure, you throw that ball away. You don't spin. You don't. Come on, Jared.
Gosling.
Jared.
And now here is going to be the punt. And that's going to go all the way to the 30. And he is going to actually catch it. He's going to make it for a run. And he's still up. And he goes down. And they're going to be at the 40. But there is a flag. I wonder what this is going to be.
By the way, on that third down play where the Seahawks got pressure, that was actually very good coverage in the secondary. There was.
I saw that. Nobody was open.
Yeah. Good punt. Good punt. By the way, how do you feel about the new kickoff rules? Like they totally
I hate it.
They totally peeled it from the XFL.
I hate it. I hate everything of it. It makes it. It takes away like the excitement, the suspense.
It's like a video game now. Like they've totally made the live game like a video game. It's weird, man.
I don't like it. Goodell is like ripping up everything. And of course, the Seahawks have suffered a flag, so they're going to be all the way down to the 20. They lost 10 yards, if not 15.
The crazy thing is that it's like designed to make kickoffs, kickoff returns more accessible. But the crazy thing, though, is like
here is Geno Smith, and he is going for a big pass, and that's going to be caught by DK Metcalf. Is he in there? And he gets it, and that's going to be a huge first down for DK Metcalf.
Like kickoffs used to be actually fun to watch before they outlawed the wedge block. and then they outlawed it, and then of course kick returns were, boring.
Yeah, boring it is, and it is boring as we're looking at a 1st and 10 for Geno Smith and the Seahawks offense. Crowd is up there. I mean, with the dome stadium, you would expect it to be loud. And Geno Smith is lots of motion going on right now, and they're running out of time. 5 seconds left. They may burn a timeout on this. Are they going to? Nope, they won't. He's got it. He's got the pressure, and that's going to be incomplete. And good defense by the Lions. I mean, maybe some would have thought a pass interference, but you didn't really see much evidence for that. And nice tiptoeing job by DK Metcalf.
Yeah, was he in?
I guess he was.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah,
just barely.
So here we go. So I'm one play behind you real quick. So I'm looking at this real quick.
I'm okay with
pressure. Yeah, it was a little pressure. No, that ball was thrown. That ball was thrown well behind DK.
Now we got a 2nd and 10 for Smith. He's handing it to Kenneth Walker, and he has almost no room to run, and he's going to lose at least 2 yards on that one, and that's going to be a 3rd and long. Kenneth Walker, who is just coming back from injury.
Coming back to Michigan.
Did he play? Did he play for Michigan under Jim Harbaugh?
No, he played at Michigan State.
Michigan State, the Spartans. And we're looking at a 3rd and 12. And now here's Geno Smith looking to pass. And here is the pass to DK. He's going to have to make up some yards, and he's not going to. And the Seahawks are going to be forced to punt on that one. It's going to be 4th down at the 50.
Yeah, so essentially back-to-back 3-and-outs.
Almost, with the exception of that 1st down by DK Metcalf.
Yeah, Jack Campbell's a stud, man. On that run, he was tracking. Kenneth Walker.
And now we got Michael Dixon about to be the punt man, and he is arguably the best punt specialist in the NFL. Before him, it was John Ryan, and we said he was the best. And now here is the punt, and that's going to go all the way to the 10 and a fair catch, and great defensive field position for the Seattle Seahawks, giving Jared Goff only about 8 yards to work with. And we go into commercial break.
Yeah, I don't care.
You don't care.
Jared can go 94 yards, 92 yards.
Maybe. And now that we're in commercial break, I wanted to take this opportunity with the passing of Dikembe Mutombo, and I just made that video, and it did just get released. Here is a sneak preview of the Dikembe Mutombo video. Longtime NBA great Dikembe Mutombo recently passed away due to brain cancer at the age of 58 after undergoing treatment in Atlanta for brain tumor in 2022. In his passing, he was surrounded by his beloved family, and I wish them deep condolences. I am here to make a video in his honor, and specifically, this video will be about him leading the Denver Nuggets to a huge upset over the Seattle Supersonics in the 1993-1994 season. But before I start, I just want to say rest in peace, Mount Mutombo, and here are some of his touching words during his Hall of Fame induction speech in 2015.
It's because of the game that I was able to build a hospital in the Democratic Republic of Congo, which is now served more than 140,000 people.
Yep, so if you want to take a look at that video, the link is available in the chat. And actually, I will go ahead and link it to you all again. And here it is. It just released at 5 p.m., basically the same time I started this NFL show. And I would make something about Pete Rose, but I just don't have enough knowledge on Pete Rose. The most I can do is just give my opinions, just the same thing that we did, but I don't think I have the researching time and the capacity to look up the entire story about Pete Rose, and so many people already did it anyway.
Yep.
And we are back from the break. And Pete Carroll was a 72-year-old when he retired. And Mike McDonald is just 37. Crazy to think that he's just 5 years older than me. And now here is Goff handing it off to his running back. And he's actually going to get a big hole. And that's going to be a first down as he punched it right up the middle. And that was a great run by the running back. And that's going to be first down. We are now at a 1st and 10 for the Lions. And I just need the Lions to give the ball to Amon St. Brown. But are they going to? I don't know, because maybe the Lions know that I have them on fantasy football. And now here is going to be the handoff to the running back again. And he actually gets a few yards. And now maybe the lack of depth on the Seahawks defensive line might actually be showing. And we got a 2nd and 6 so far. Ben Johnson, 3rd season as the Lions offensive coordinator, 13th season in the NFL as a coach, or maybe just in general in the NFL, as we got a 2nd and 6. And now here is Jared Goff, and he gets a fake. He nearly gets sacked in the throw, and that's going to be caught. And I think that is Amon St. Nope, that is Williams. I need it to be St. Brown because I need some help on my fantasy team. I mean, you want to see how bad my fantasy team is doing. I'm losing by 48 points. I mean, look at this. That's how much I'm losing by. Come on, man.
You'll be
Give
fine.
it to St. Brown. He just needs to... Come on, Goff. And he's got no running back next to him. Here is Goff. Got some time. And that's going to be caught. And that will be Amon St. Brown.
Yeah.
Not a reception. I just need another, let's go.
Yeah.
I also have Jackson Smith and Jigba, too.
Dude, Amon-Ra just is so good in tight spaces, man.
Yeah. Therese Knight, one of the rookie linebackers for the Seahawks. We got a 2nd and 6 now. Tight end to the left, got a single back formation, and he is going to fake the handoff. And here's Goff with the big pass, and that's going to be caught. And I wonder who is that caught by. That is Amon St. Brown, and looks like Jared Goff knows that he's on my fantasy team, so maybe he's going to try to get me some help to perform this Monday Night Football miracle. And now I am down by 42 points. Amon St. Brown's a little guy, but he's that sneaky little guy that can make things happen. That was off of Devon Witherspoon, who couldn't catch up to him on the coverage. We got a 1st and 10. Got running back right there. They got the fullback. It looks like Lions are in the motion. And now here is the handoff to the running back, and he's going to get big yards on that. That's going to be about at least 8 yards. Yep, 8 yards, said by Joe Buck.
There it is.
And Lions do have a great opportunity to get the first on the score. And now we got a 2nd and 3. Got running back behind him. Man in motion. And now here is a run by the running back, and he's going to get a first down, and he is still going. And now they're getting into the red zone. That is Montgomery who runs it well. And now I'm getting a bit nervous.
Told you.
You did tell me. I mean, I kind of told myself anyway. And now we got a 1st and 10. Single back formation. And he's going to fake the handoff. Goff has got plenty of time. He's going to throw it to his tight end, and he will be met immediately. And that's going to be caught. Oh, yeah, he was caught. And that's going to be about a 2nd down. And now we got 2nd and 7. Still in the field goal range. Seahawks have got to find a way to at least hold it to 3 or find a way to get the Lions out of field goal range, which seems pretty unlikely, unfortunately. And Jared Goff, he's going to hand it to his running back again. He gets a big hole, and he's going to get the big run, and that is Gibbs, and that is going to be down less than the 5. And Lions are absolutely threatening. Here is the 1st and goal. I mean, if they're going to score, at least give it to Amon St. Brown to help me on my fantasy football team. And now we've got, that was a 20-yard carry. We got a 1st and goal at about 5 yards left. We got Montgomery at the backfield. Seahawks trying to make a stop. They have to. And now he's going to hand it to the running back, and that is going to be bottled up, and that's going to be at least maybe a yard gain on that one. And I'm getting really nervous for the Seahawks right now. And Korean boy, you just have to remind me, do you? You have to remind me about that, don't you? You just have to. And now here's a 2nd down and goal. Man in motion. And he's going to hand it off to running back Montgomery. And he is going to get close. And that's going to be pretty much at the 1. That's almost going to be, that's 3rd and goal.
Say 3rd down, 4th down, we're going to run the football. This is a 92-yard drive that they're approaching.
And now we've got a 3rd and goal. And it looks like they're just going to try to punch it in, or is Goff going to give it to himself? Man in motion. He's going to hand it off to running back again. That is Montgomery, and he gets in. That's going to be a touchdown for the Lions. And they get on the board 6-0 pending PAT. And there was no match for this Lions offense as they were just carving them up pretty good. And I wonder are they going to review it? No, I think Montgomery. Nope, that's going to be a touchdown right there. That was an easy touchdown for the Lions, and they raced up the field pretty good. That was when they were 8 yards at their own territory, and they still found a way to score. And now it's going to be a pending PAT. And here is the kick. And that is wide. That looks like it's wide. No, that is good. And that's going to be a touchdown. That's going to be 7-0 Lions lead. And we go into Seahawks are going to be awaiting possession.
With Bud Light, it's easy to watch NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube TV.
Yes. Right? It's not for everybody, right? Marriage is not for everybody, but
Visit BudLight.com for a chance to win.
Right, everybody, cheers.
Let's go to our next segment, Fairest Calls, inspired by Geico's Fair and...
SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code ROOFTOPSPORTS to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you.
Yep, take advantage. If you feel like going to a Seahawks game anytime soon, use that promo code so you can at least save $20 off that purchase.
Now through the end of the week, get 50% off all mini price pizzas when you order online at Domino's.
Millions took to the high seas for the exciting premiere, and Thursday will make your heart race. Stay with me. Dr. Odyssey. New Thursday on ABC.
ESPN Bet has seen green. Steven's A-list. Why can't I have a cool sounding featured bet?
Like what?
Molly's matchups.
I don't love it.
Molly's money lines. They call me the queen of money lines.
Do they call you that?
They should.
Mad Dog Stokes. Mad Dog Stokes. I get it. It's no Stevens A-list.
Get exclusive talent markets and up to $1,000 in bonus bets with the first bet reset on ESPN Bet.
And we are back from the break.
Defense is trying to figure out answers after a 93-yard drive by the Lions. There are the numbers for Gino. The last two seasons against Detroit, these have been typically very high-scoring games.
And Geno Smith usually does well against the Denver, not the Denver Nuggets, the Detroit Lions, and that unfortunately may change. And now here is going to be the kick, and that is going to be all the way to the end zone for a touchback. So they're going to have to start on their default territory. Ryan Grubb is the offensive coordinator formerly of the University of Washington. Kenneth Walker is back in the lineup after missing some time due to injury. And now we've got Geno Smith starting it off at the 30. That is the default if it's a touchback. And we got a 1st and 10. And now here is the pass to Jackson Smith and Jigba. He's not going to get much on that one. That's probably going to be maybe like 1 yard on that. Unfortunately so. And we got a 2nd and 8 for the Seahawks. And now here is Geno Smith looking to pass, way pressured, and that is going to be incomplete. And Tyler Lockett's looking for a pass interference, but he's not going to get it. And it looked like there was a bunch of contact on that one. So maybe that should have been a pass interference, but the ref is not going to give it to him. And now we've got 3rd and 8 for Geno Smith. And they got to convert or else they're going to risk falling into a huge hole. Here's Smith, got the pass, and he is going to get the 1st down. That is Jackson Smith and Jigba. And that is that's a huge 1st down for the Seahawks. And that actually helps my fantasy football team as well. And now I am down by just below 40. Still got a long ways to go if I am going to win, as I am still down quite a bit. And now it's going to be a 1st and 10, ball on the 41, their own 41. Here is Smith looking to pass. He's getting pressured. Now here is the pass, and that's going to be caught by Jake Bobo, and that's going to be another 1st down. Only the 3rd catch of the season for Jake Bobo. Geno Smith hung around in that pocket as we're looking at a 1st and 10, ball on the 48. Now we're in Lions territory. 1 rush and 7 passes. So a lot of passing for the Seahawks done. And now here's Geno Smith. He's got some time. Now here's the pass. And that is going to be caught by DK. Is that caught? And we got a flag. And I wonder what this could be.
It's 2 fouls.
2 fouls, huh?
Field and then pass interference on the defense.
So it looks like it's going to be an offset.
Followed by both teams. Ineligible downfield, number 63. Pass interference, defense number 23. They offset. Replay first down.
Replay first down.
I think they meant 67, Joe. 63 is the rookie who's not active tonight. I think he's on Charles Cross, the left tackle, but we've seen that more and more. Boy, there was a time. Here's 67. Yeah, he's downfield, clearly. They got the wrong guy.
And now we are looking at a 1st and 10. Ball on the 48. And now here's Smith with the pass immediately, and that's going to be caught by DK, and that's going to be another first down. They're pulling the jersey, and the ball comes out. The ball comes out, and the Lions have the ball now, and they might go all the way, and that they're going to be stopped by Kenneth Walker. Absolute shock. Wonder if the ball came out. Yep, ball is out. It was just before he hit the knee, just before the knee hit the ground. DK Metcalf could not hold on to it, and that's why you got to do things like Tyler Lockett. Like, he would have just slid rather than trying to go for extra yards. And Lions defense is just absolutely forcing it, absolutely putting it force on the Seattle Seahawks. Kenneth Walker at least saved the touchdown, but it looks like it's only a matter of time. The Lions score once again to make it a 14-point lead. Now we got a 1st and 10 for Jared Goff, running back right next to him. I think that's going to be Gibbs, and they're going to hand it to Gibbs, and he's going to get not so much yards on that. So a gain of 1. Now we got a 2nd and 9. Now we've got 2nd and 9. Now here's Jared Goff looking to pass. And here's the pass. That's a big pass. And that's going to be a first down. And they are right at the goal line. And that's going to be the end of the quarter. And that's what makes me real nervous.
SoFi is an online bank and a personal financing company offering financial diverse products. They hold the naming rights to the home of the Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers, named SoFi Stadium. They offer amazing checking and savings accounts where you can get up to 4.6% on savings accounts. There are no monthly fees to maintain the accounts, and they have over 55,000 no-fee ATMs around the United States. You even have access to a budgeting program, stock trading, and insurance programs. Join SoFi and get $25 for joining and or $25 for opening a stock trading account. Links are available in the description. And thank you. And lastly, I am not a financial advisor, so either find a professional financial advisor or go with your own gut.
Yeah, absolutely. Go with your own freaking gut. Do not take my advice for it. And I wonder where Steve is, because if he's here, he would be very happy to see what is going on with the Seahawks right now.
We bring heirloom corn products from Mexico to every kitchen. I chose my Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because I earn unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy. With no preset spending limit, my purchasing power adapts to meet my business needs. And I reinvest my 2% cash back to help grow our business with new products, like our tabletop masa milk. My Spark card helps me fulfill my mission of bringing masa to the masses. What's in your wallet?
You might wonder, John Legend.
Commercial break is still going on at the moment.
And how do I keep my protection against COVID-19 up to date? With a COVID shot this season, designed for recent variants.
You can get your COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Ask your healthcare provider about getting this season's COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot. Week 5 kicks off with Thursday Night Football starting at 8:15 p.m. Eastern on Prime Video. Stream games live on your mobile device with NFL Plus.
ESPN Monday Night Football brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Protect the stuff you love with Renters Insurance. Visit progressive.com. How about this little note? No touchdowns allowed by the Seahawks defense on a possession following a turnover in their last 22 games. Longest streak since 1978. But it's first and goal for Detroit after the fumble by Metcalf. Even last week, Geno Smith threw an interception, gave him the ball first and goal at the 6-yard line, and they held him to 3 points. So,
And now we're looking at first and goal. And now here's the handoff to the running back. And he's going to get in there for the touchdown. That is Gibbs with a touchdown. That's going to be a 13-0 lead pending the PAT. And now Seahawks are in absolute trouble. They are trailing by 2 possessions already. And we are now in the second quarter. Guys, Gibbs and Montgomery, who are the scorers so far. Excellent job by the offensive line. Yep, that's going to be good again, and that's going to be 14-0 Lions lead. And it was all thanks to a DK Metcalf fumble because he couldn't hold on to the ball. Tyler Lockett would have just slid and just forget about it. And there's going to be more commercial breaks.
Are you looking to optimize your office, studio, or man cave? The Glance LED ticker may be for you. It is a customizable LED display providing real-life sports scores, stock prices, crypto, the news, and even the weather. Use my promo code ROOFTOPSPORTS to get 10% off the purchase, and thank you.
Yep, if you want to build your man cave, use that, and the description, everything will be available in the description in case you need it.
Plan to expand apprenticeships and on-the-job training like I had to get more Washingtonians the skills they need to succeed. And Bob will eliminate 4-year degree requirements for most state jobs, opening doors to more good-paying careers. I would support Bob Ferguson, even if he wasn't my kid brother, but it helps he listens to old machinists like me.
Bob Ferguson for governor.
this Honda season is bringing next-level players. Prologue, new to the team, fully electric SUV, eco-friendly, and made for fun. The all-new Civic Hybrid joining CR-V Hybrid and Accord Hybrid to give up to 614 miles per tank and charge as you drive. Take the field with a Honda Hybrid or EV vehicle. Ranked best overall EV hybrid brand by KBB.com. Ready to go to the next level? Search your local Honda dealer today.
What happens when you connect to quantum fiber? You get internet that brings your digital world to life.
Commercial break still going on.
Quantum fiber, your world unleashed. Set yourself free with a price that fits your life.
And we are back from the break.
3 minutes and 13 seconds, and Troy, the offensive line, controlling the game without their Pro Bowl center, Frank Ragnow.
Yeah, they've looked awfully good, and we talked about Coyote Kawashika getting the start. He started the NFC Championship game last year, and he did a nice job. And I know that Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson, everybody was very.
And now we are looking for the kick. And that's going to go to the way to the end zone. And that's going to be a touchback, and they're going to start at their 30. It's going to be the Seahawks' time that they're going to have to score so they don't keep falling into a bigger hole as if they already are, because it's 14-0 Lions lead. And now we are looking at the 1st and 10. And now here is the handoff to Walker, and he's going to get at least a few yards on that. It's going to be about a 2nd down and about a 7.
On 20 carries, so back-to-back starts for Zach Charbonnet, who had a career-high 91 yards last week. There's
Zach Charbonnet. Got 2nd and 7. Ball on the round of 30s. And now here's Geno Smith looking to pass, and that's going to be right through the tight end's hands. And now it's going to be a 3rd and 7. And again, the Seahawks have to convert on the 3rd down, or else they're going to give the Lions a huge opportunity to make it a 21-0 game, or at least 17. As we are looking at a 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7. And now here's Geno Smith looking to pass. He's pressured already. He's getting out of the pocket to pass, and that's going to be caught. And I think that was that's Jackson Smith and Jigba. And that's going to help my fantasy team, because I would think that the Lions, they have already everything all in on DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. So now that 3rd option is available for Jackson Smith and Jigba, who's got the speed. I'm now down by 37 in fantasy football, so hopefully I can get some kind of a miracle of a victory. Not likely, but you never know. As we are looking at a 1st and 10, and now here is Smith, and he's looking to pass, and now here's a big pass, and that's going to be incomplete. That was intended for DK Metcalf, looking for a pass interference, but it was heavily coveraged, must I say. And you are back, and you missed quite a bit. And now we're looking at a 2nd and 10.
Foster.
2nd and 10. Ball on around the 35. And now here is the pass, and that is going to be caught by the tight end. That was around the 45. And that's going to be around a 3rd down. So Seahawks have to convert if they don't want to punt. And that's the last thing I want to see them do.
Oh, look at that. The Lions are up by 2 TDs. How about that?
You just have to remind me, don't you?
I do, actually.
You love it.
Yes, I do.
Now we're looking at a 3rd and 7. Fans are being asked to crank it up by the mascot, Lions mascot. And now 3rd and 7. Geno is 3 for 3. Hasn't really gotten much yardage, though. Not much volume. And now here is Smith looking to pass. He's got no time. He's running out of room. And he's out of the pocket. And he's got to do something. And he's just going to run it out of the way. And he is going to go down. And there's a flag. And I assume it's going to be a holding call because of the amount of time that possession really took.
Look at that. Oh, pressure. Geno on the run.
Oh, automatic 1st down for the Seahawks. There was a flag. Looks like it was a holding call. Your number 23 likes to beat up on DK Metcalf.
That is true.
And we're looking at a 1st and 10. So Seahawks are bruising it along. They're trying to, at least. They just need a few to get in the field goal range. And now that's going to be a fake handoff. And now here's the pass. And that is going to be Tyler Lockett, Mr. Longevity. And he's going to get at least a few yards on that. As we are looking at a second down at about a 4, I think. That was Pascal with a tackle. And Troy Aikman saying how much the Lions are playing with superb amount of confidence. 2nd and 4. Here's Smith's quick release. And that's going to be caught by Kenneth Walker. And looks like there's going to be a flag. And that could be unnecessary roughness or whatever could it be. Could be holding. Who knows? We're going to find out and see what it is. Waiting on the call. Offsides on the defense. First down. I thought that was going to be the flag. I just needed to go to Jackson Smith and Jigba. Now we got 1st and 10. Now here is the handoff to Kenneth Walker. He's got not much room at all. And that's going to be about a 2nd down. Only a gain of 2. We got a second and 8.
Let's go D. Let's go D.
Defense indeed. Now we got a 2nd and 8 around the 30. And now here is Smith looking to pass. And now here's the big pass. And that's going to be caught by DK Metcalf. And he's going to get in there for the touchdown. And that is a touchdown for DK Metcalf. And the Seahawks get on the board to make it 14-6 pending the PAT. And Seahawks, they finally respond back. And I wonder if they're reviewing to see if he actually broke that plane.
Let's see. Oh, look at that. Oh. Wow. Are you serious, DK? Are you serious?
Yeah. And we got a 1st and goal, so that is not going to be a touchdown. And now we're giving it to Kenneth Walker, and he's going to get stopped by the defense and nothing happening. I just want them to give it to Jackson Smith and Jigba. I think that will be a better idea. I'm just being biased because I need my fantasy team to win. Kenneth Walker had virtually no room to run. And it looks like we got a flag, and I wonder what this is. Is this going to be a holding call? Defense had 12 on the field. That's going to be an automatic first down right there.
First and goal, with the ball literally inches outside of the goal line.
And now here's 1st and goal. And Kenneth Walker, he is actually going to run in there for the touchdown. And he was actually stopped for a moment, but he found a way to find the open lane. And he scores. And the Seahawks get on the board to make it 14-6, pending the PAT. Boo. Of course you do that. Boo. Now here's Jason Myers going for the PAT. And the kick is up. And that's going to go right through the uprights. And that is good. Emil Myers asks, do you know Mike Hunt? I do not, unfortunately. How's my fantasy team doing? Really bad.
Yes. Do you know Mike Hunt?
Hey, although I
know your sisters really well, though. But
my fantasy team is getting murdered, I do have this to say.
Well, at least I'm 2022 fantasy football champion.
I have that to lie down. Oh, you're going to be like, ooh. What, did I sound like a 49ers fan or a Cowboys fan?
I remember the first year that I played fantasy football with my ex-wife and in her friends group. It was 2012, and I reeled out. I went like 14-2, and I waltzed into the championship game, and then I ended up losing by a point. I was runner-up in the 2012, and then the next, I was cocky going into the next year, and I thought because I draft dude, I just got so lucky with the draft that I just had a stacked team. The next 2 years, I finished in dead last.
I know that feeling. That's happened to me before. Like in my rookie year,
and ever since then, I'll never play again.
You'll never play, huh?
I rage quit. Like the kids will say when they play video games. Yeah, I rage quit.
What about my league? Like, would you join mine? Because it's a cool league.
I don't know.
If I have room, which I don't, it's actually waitlisted. I have a cool league. Like, think about it. I have a league where I have a quarter of my league actually having dinner with me for the draft. Like, we actually have dinner parties and stuff. And I do content on my fantasy football lotteries. I use one of these things.
Here's the thing. Yeah, like where you rig the draft.
No, I did not rig the draft. Some believe so.
It's kind of riggy. No, what was it? But the for me, here's the thing. I play Fantasy Premier League. That's pretty fun. And I would play Fantasy MLS, but their fantasy sucks. But the thing about it is, it's like I don't know who's good anymore, right? Because I don't watch the NFL on a regular basis anymore. I know the Lions and a couple of the Seahawks, but outside of that, man, it's like somebody would my brother-in-law was talking about some of his players, and I'm like, who are they? What team do they play for?
Would you do fantasy baseball? Because I have a league of 8, expanded to 10 successfully, and I'm looking to expand to 12. I'm getting greedy. And you do know the players more.
The problem with fantasy baseball is you got to update that. You got to update that Joker every day.
Man, it's tough to find people. The most difficult I will ever find is if I ever expand my fantasy WNBA league. That's going to be nearly impossible to find anyone. And now we got a man in motion on a 1st and 10. And here is Goff looking to pass. Here's the big pass. And that's going to be caught. And that is going to be Amon St. Brown. And that is going to be second down.
Sun God.
That's his name?
Yeah, he's the sun god, Amon Ra.
Ra.
Yep.
Ra is a god from Egypt. And now here is Jared Goff. That's going to be caught by the tight end. He's going to get a first down. And that is first down. Huge gainage on that one.
That looked like
the flag is down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're still one play ahead of me there. I was like, what are you talking? Oh, okay. Let's see what we got here. A little quick snap. Goff. Yeah, he finds the first down, but I wonder what the flag is. Is it holding? Because if it's holding, I'm going to lose my you-know-what.
No, it was face mask, so you're good. But it's going to be penalty declined.
Still. Do you know Mike Hunt? I know your sisters, sir. Me and your sister shared a couple lovely evenings. So Christian says DK Metcalf is a stud.
Yeah, we know that, but he's also very mistake prone. And you were looking at a 1st and 10. That's going to be to the running back. And that's going to be tackled. And that's maybe going to get a couple of yards on that.
Who's Nelson? The Korean gentleman who I can't read his name because I don't read Korean, said losing to Nelson is hard. Who's Nelson?
I lost to a guy in fantasy football who had 2 guys on his lineup that didn't even play because they were injured, and I still got obliterated. That's what happened.
Could it be that you suck?
No, it doesn't.
So
it's
Rooftop. So your team name is Rooftop Korean?
Yep. And now, we got to run for Gibbs, and that's going to be another 1st down.
My team name is Don't Sweat Me, bro.
I could use another addition to my... I know you won't do basketball because basketball is basically...
No.
Basketball is like a slightly less headache.
You know what? I would tell you what, I would actually do fantasy football. But don't expect any engagement really. It's like on Tuesday, I will set my team. Right. And then that is it. And then you won't hear from me again until Tuesday. And I will literally have no
Now here's
engagement.
a pass to St. Brown, and he is going to get a few yards. The thing is, it's a $50 buy-in, though. That's the other thing.
Oh, are you buying me in? Is that it? Are you buying me
I'm not gonna, no, I'm not
for all this content with all your sponsorship money? You can't lay 50 on me because here's the deal, right? If I win, here's the deal. Okay, so how much does the winner get?
Let me check, because I have a huge spreadsheet on all this. I keep track of everything.
I do. Yeah. Okay. So how much?
Winner gets $400. Second place gets $150. Third gets basically a refund.
All right.
Now
so
here's the 2nd and 7, and that's gonna be a few yards.
You pay the 50. Okay. And if I win, here's the deal. If I win, I will give you 100 on top of the 50. So you'll get 150. Okay. If I win. Now, if I finish in second place, how much does second place get? 200?
150.
150. So you will, I will give you 75. We'll split that in half. If I win in third, then it is what it is. You get your money back. Okay. And if we got
a 1st down and to the goal line practically. Okay, what's your other deal? Now, what happens if you get nothing?
Well, then you just get all my friendly content for the year of the baseball season and all the money that you clocked off me this year. You get, come on, man. Come on now. Our ratings the ratings have been good. The ratings have been good.
Had a very successful season for the live standpoint, for sure. I doubled my viewership.
Yeah, in all those conversations about Sonics basketball on a baseball live cast.
1st and goal.
So I'll say this, right? And then
it's gonna be a fake handoff, and now here's Goff with the throw, and that is Amon St. Brown, and he just could not get to the end zone. I needed him to get to the end zone.
So here's the thing, though, and if I don't finish in the top 3, then I'll pay you back the 50.
That's it. That sounds like a steal of a deal. But the thing is, someone has to quit in my league, and no one wants to quit right now.
Oh, okay. Well then screw it then. That's the only way you're going to get me in.
That's fair. Now, what's the deal to get you in for baseball? That one's a $20 buy-in.
Baseball. Yeah, I just don't want to set lineups every day, man. I don't want to have to scour the waiver wire to find out who's pitching against the Mariners because I'm going to pull that move.
You'd be the 3rd guy in the league to do that. Someone was trying to sabotage me. He was playing for 3rd place, and he was trying to get all the starters against the Mariners. And I somehow won because here's what I did. My backup plan was all the starters against the White Sox. Got a backup plan.
Right, but that's the thing. It's like I'm the type of guy that'll look 3 weeks ahead on the calendar, and
we got a handoff, and that is a touchdown for the Lions. And now it's 20-7, pending PAT, and that is 3 touchdowns in a row off a running back. And Jamar Gibbs is absolutely on fire. Well, he's gotten 1-yard touchdowns, but hey, if you're a fantasy guy, It works.
All those tears, man. Those are all those. That flood that's on the field are Seahawk tears right there.
Yeah.
I wonder if I should talk shit to my ex-wife because she's a Seahawks fan.
Oh yeah, and here's my reaction to that touchdown again. Yep, this is pain. And now here is the kick, and that's going to go right through the uprights, and that is good. And now it's 21-7 Lions, and it's clear that the lack of pass rush has absolutely hurt the Seahawks with their lacking depth on defense. And this was very inevitable.
Yeah, well,
Okay, thoughts on
So here's the deal, right? Because the last 2 years when the Seahawks have come to Detroit, it's been 2 Seahawk wins. You know what I mean? Especially last year, how it went to overtime in a game that we should have won. And this is payback, man. This is payback, plain and simple. So you know what, Emmett Brown, Lions fans talking trash. You damn right. Hey, by the way, who was in the NFC Championship game last year? Was that the Seahawks or? Oh wait, no, it was the Lions. Sorry, that's what it was. And by the way, you guys weren't going to get past the 49ers either, so I don't want to hear it.
No, he wouldn't have.
And oh, by the way, when Pete Carroll built the team to go to the, I was rooting for the Seahawks as well too. Again, I'm from Seattle and I don't have any beef with the Seahawks, but yeah, I'm a Lions fan, man.
You are, and it hurts. Not really. 0 Super Bowl appearances. That is true. But Lions, they've had 2 of their closest runs. They were the NFC Championship under Barry Sanders, and I think they played the Green Bay Packers and got absolutely just annihilated. And I think that was before they packed the money bags for Scott Mitchell. Scotty Mitchell, the lefty guy with a big arm, and he was kind of fat. He's a big dude too. Longtime backup to Dan Marino.
Yeah,
I just like to make my debit cards as boring as possible, honestly.
That's funny. Yeah, no, what's funny is I just had to give the ex-wife a go Lions.
Well, at least you guys seems
Oh, so she's been a Seahawks season ticket holder since like the 90s, right? So back in the old Kingdom days, she was there at Husky Stadium in the early Seahawks Stadium days. But she's also here's the weird thing too, because I'm out here in Lions country. The last couple of years, she's been watching a lot of Lions football too, so she's kind of jumped on the Lions bandwagon when they're not playing the Seahawks.
Here's another thought I have. So it just bring up my brain, but I just realized in the Apple Cup, it's possible that the Huskies weaseled out their way.
Oh, by the way, who won that
out of Pullman? Too? They weaseled out of Pullman so they can get the neutral stadium, so they get the Seattle advantage. And they still lost.
Yeah. Well, no, it was, they didn't. I don't think they weaseled it out. I think they just wanted to. Make as much money as they possibly could with the Apple Cup, because I think it's like a 3-year deal, so it's going to be played at Lumen. But see, that's the thing is, I didn't want them to continue the Apple Cup. I wanted the Cougars to form new rivalries and forge blaze a new trail and let the Huskies enjoy playing for 5th place in the Big Ten.
And we are looking at the 2nd and 6.
Because you can't have the Apple Cup in a neutral site. It's got to be in Husky Stadium, or it's got to be in at Martin Stadium.
And now we're looking at 2nd and 6. And here is Geno Smith looking to pass. And here is the pass. That's going to be caught. That's going to be Tyler Lockett, Mr. Longevity.
Seattle is going with multiple wide receivers, and it kind of is a mixed bag.
Is that right, Troy?
Now
And they
here
go
is
with
Geno
multiple
Smith,
wide
and he is pressured, and he's going to go down with the sack.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm one play behind you, right? So that was the-
Just do this game. No, why don't this game? Why do hey.
Oh, are we witnessing a meltdown?
Yeah, it's meltdown.
I'll always love Barry though, the best running back of my generation. Yeah, Barry was awesome.
Meltdown.
Yeah, there was that. Oh yeah, it was there was Malcolm Rodriguez.
Now we've got a 2nd and 16. And we got 5 seconds left on the play clock, and it's going down rapidly. And now Geno Smith has to call a timeout.
The way that they did Barry, though, that was dirty. He just wanted to go. He would like Barry, like any player that gave his basically his career to one team. At the end of it, he wanted to go win a trophy, and Detroit wouldn't let him go, so he retired. Still with at least 3 more years left of production, and they should have let him go. They didn't. They also didn't let Calvin Johnson go either. For Matt Stafford though, they were more than willing to let Matt Stafford walk.
Didn't they have long years on their contract? Is that why they were held up?
No, they just wouldn't trade him. They just wouldn't let him
But
go.
they must have been locked into contracts, because if they were free agents, they could have just walked.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. They were under contract. And what team wouldn't take on that contract? Those were generational players. But that was the thing. It's like by the end of the 90s, though, Detroit was no longer a relevant playoff team, and they had started their nosedive into the dumpster.
Yeah, under Matt Millen.
Yeah, Barry just wanted to win, and Detroit said, "No, sorry, you can win here." And
yeah, with no quarterback and no offensive
around,
line and no defense.
No, we can't. Yeah, no.
Man, these commercials about college. Man, I went to UW, and after my years at UW, I cannot support that school anymore. I just can't, because I got to learn everything about the organization. I just can't support a lick of them. I'd rather be a Cougar, and I don't even care about them either.
You'd rather be a Cougar, huh?
I'd rather be a Cougar, and yet I don't even care enough to do it.
You should have went to Washington State then if you wanted to be a Cougar.
Yeah, but timing was off because family, economy, 2008. Family. My father was he was in the butt of the crash. Like, he was literally in the industry. So I had to go local. If I could do it,
it's still a Washington. It's still a Washington school.
But then would have been dormitory too. Another cost to it. And then maybe I would have learned to get it. Maybe I would have gotten a job there to pay the rent anyway. So it probably would have worked out anyway. So who knows what could have been?
True.
It could have gotten the scenery of small town vibes. Now here's a 2nd and 16.
Pullman's fantastic, man.
Now here's Geno Smith, and here is throws it away, and I almost thought that could have been intentional grounding on top of that. No, I feel it because every time I go to a small town on road trips, I always feel at peace.
Yeah. What's funny is, like, being out here, they're making me choose between Michigan and Michigan State, and I just won't play. I don't care about either of them, but obviously when Michigan was playing Washington last year, I was very much rooting for Michigan.
I was too, even though I was covering the game very objectively. And here's a 3rd and 16, and here is Smith. He's got to get 15 or 16, and they're going to give it to Jackson Smith and Jigba. Here's the lateral to Charbonnet, and that's going to be a first down. And great offensive play by the Seahawks. Very smart heads-up play by Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Jackson Smith and Jigba and Charbonnet.
One of my friends last year, when he was calling the game with me, he accidentally said Njigba's name wrong. You don't want to know how he said it.
I have a feeling I know how he said it.
And the funniest part was he was also AA, if you know what I mean. I'll just say
AA.
American at the end. What would be in? Yes, he was also.
He was. Oh yeah. Okay. So
Yeah,
he was an African American.
he was, and he still.
He was a black fella.
Yep, and he still said it wrong.
It's okay.
It was kind of funny, but I was like, "Oh no, look what you did!" And here's the 2nd and 8. And looks like we got an audible going on, or no? What is going on?
So yeah, he really turned out to be kind of bust, didn't he, Mr. Charbonnet from UCLA?
Only the second. Well, looks like we're at the 2-minute warning anyway. I've also made my mistake in history class when I was studying for a map quiz, an African map quiz. I was saying all the names like Egypt, Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, South Africa. And I came across this country called Niger. I pronounced it incorrectly, and one of my classmates was like, "Oh, Joe, say it again." I said it again, and everyone just burst out laughing. I was like, "Wait, what did I do?" And he was like, "No, you're good, man. It's all good." So I went home.
A Nepalese, Congolese.
And I looked up on the internet, and I go, "Okay, I understand now why everyone was laughing at me." It worked out though, because I did ace the. On the other hand, I did ace the map quiz.
That's cool.
But I just happened to have a.
Yeah, but those are the great moments right there. Those are the beautiful moments where you make a complete ass of yourself. You know,
it's a high school thing. That's why they say high school's supposed to be the best 4 years of your life, other than college, maybe. No, but I think in reality, high school is the best 4 years, not college. I think college is overrated.
Yeah,
I know.
I spent my time and playing sports and having fun.
I wonder how my fantasy team is doing now.
21-7 with 2 minutes to go.
Thank you for the reminder, my friend.
Good Lord, man.
I'm now down by 31.
Yeah, but you know what though? There's still a good half of football left, and
no, because the Seahawks have nobody on defense, and we are doomed.
Doomed.
And I thought I bent this off, but it looks like Jerry Dipoto openly admitted that he's not going to go for any of the marquee free agents. Actually, let's talk. Jerry Dipoto openly admitted that he's not going to go for any of the marquee free agents.
When did he say that?
It was said according to. Oh, at least, hey, look at that! Look at that! A freaking Football Network recognized Pete Rose before Major League Baseball did. How about that? How about that? Joe Buck is recognizing him. Now here is Geno Smith looking at a 2nd and 8. They could get into field goal range real soon. Going for the pass, and here it is, and that is going to be nearly intercepted. And there's going to be a flag on that play. Looks like it could be a holding. Yep, it's holding on the offense. I hope you're happy. That is Noah Fant with the penalty. And looks like Fant is injured at the moment.
Here we go. Sorry about that.
Right, here's what it was.
Had to get my stream up and running. Sorry about that. I don't know
we're looking
who
at
I
us.
like less, Julio or Geno Smith.
Geno Smith. At least Julio has the upside. Now here's the pass to Charbonnet, and that is going to be caught, and he's going to get at least maybe 5 yards on that to make it a 2nd and 3rd and 13.
So you said Jerry Dipoto came out and said that he wouldn't be pursuing any marquee free agents. So he doesn't like his job, is what you're saying.
He hates his job.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, we got to fact check it, I guess. But I did see a statement. I think it was from Adam Jude. from an article. Otherwise, who else would have reported it? Because Ryan Divish doesn't really say much either. And we're looking at a 3rd and 10. And now here's Smith looking to pass. And now here is a big pass, and that's going to be dropped. DK Metcalf failed to catch that, and that's going to be a 4th and 10. And hopefully they can at least get a field goal opportunity.
Yeah, well, we'll check it out. Yeah, but it's not surprising because I've been saying it all year that Dipoto just will not play ball in free agency. So
that's the one sad thing. You can at least give credit to Bill Bavase that he was willing to at least somehow convince the ownership, like, hey, I could use some money for a crappy free agent, but at least he tried. Yeah. Like he was bad, but
no, I mean, ownership has never been the issue. It's always been the player in charge of the person in charge of building the roster. The crazy thing is he did say that payroll will go up. How much? It's not yet determined. But considering there's arbitration raises up the yin yang, you would probably assume that it would probably go to either extending certain players or just arbitration raises.
Here is what it was said, and as we are going into commercial break, and this was retweeted by Marine Layer Podcast, what is clear, the Mariners do not intend to dive into deep end of the free agent pool this winter, which means they won't pursue the likes of Juan Soto or Pete Alonso or even Alex Bregman or any high-priced veterans, not because they can't afford it. Stanton has explained because as a matter of baseball economics, the Mariners don't want to pay top dollar for aging players. Juan Soto is an aging player. The scars of the Robinson Cano contract 11 years later still feels like a fresh wound for the Mariners. No, I still think it was worth it. We've got the resources to be able to do the things we need to do to put on a good team on the field, says Stanton. We've never been focused on a free agent bat, Stanton says. So this is Stanton saying it, actually.
Yeah, I'm reading it right now. The interesting thing, though, is that so what's funny is it starts off with Robinson Cano in Seattle, OPS of 826, OPS plus of 129, 3 All-Star games, 2 top MVP finishes. Major reason Nelson Cruz ever signed here and was traded in a package for. That's funny. Yeah, it's like, how exactly are their scars? Yeah, exactly.
No, if anything, the Mariners actually did well with Robinson Cano. They got good years out of him.
Well, they got 3 good years out of the 5 that he was here, but still, though, it was because of, it was because of the way it ended that there are quote unquote scars. But the reality is a guy like Juan Soto who's only 26, you're gonna get 7 years out of him, 7 good years out of him. But
and even with the scars of Cano, you still got a pretty good return out of that trade too, at least at the time.
Are you afraid that Juan Soto is going to upstage the poster boy, Julio? It's like, if anything, he's going to help Julio.
Yeah, they're gonna push each other to help each other's branding.
Good Lord, man. Good Lord.
First half, last 2 games, Jared Goff hasn't been perfect. I don't think he's even thrown a perfect incomplete pass yet in the first half. Here's the 1st and 10. Here's Goff getting pressured, and that's going to be a pass, and that's going to be caught by Gibbs, and looks like we got a flag. Maybe that's a holding call. I hope it is.
Jameer, look at that. He's 23 for 23, 222 TDs. Jared. He's so good. Look at this. Outlet. What's the flag? Yeah, it's a loss of 2, by the way.
This one's on you. That one's on you. First 4 drives, they had 3. I guess because Decker's older, is better out longer, or just wipe this away.
So what that was holding, right?
Yeah, that was holding, and we're looking at a 1st and 17. And now here is going to be the pass, and he's going to get some yards on that, making up for it. And I wonder who that was. Was that Amon St. Brown? Nope, that was Raymond.
Khalif Raymond.
And now we're looking at a 2nd and 8. And now here is Goff, and he is getting pressured. He'll get thrown down for a sack. That is Hall that was credited with that sack. What? But no, don't give me that.
Yeah, I'm giving you the beatbox.
Why would you do that? Oh, did we get a flag? Oh, come on.
Oh, whoa, was that a horse collar or was that a
Yeah, it looked too good to be true. 3rd and 17. Oh, looks like they haven't said anything yet.
Oh yeah, because Hall grabs him by the collar. Wow, that's interesting that there was no flag on the play.
Very surprising on that one.
All right, so it's 3rd and 17.
3rd and 16. No horse collar being done.
Yeah, that's Bammer.
We're looking at a 3rd and 16, and now here's the handoff, and that's going to not be much. And finally, the Seahawks get a stop on that, and the Lions will be forced to punt. And here's my reaction on the Seahawks defensive stop.
Well, and what else is killing them is that they're just not getting anything on the ground. I mean,
Had to do that slow clap.
Had to do the slow clap. That's funny though.
Aaron Glenn's defense for Detroit has been exceptional.
Now let's hope that the Seahawks can with only 22 seconds left, there's not going to be much at all. And
well, you have to love Joe Buck giving Aaron Glenn's defense some love. Look at Joe and Troy. At least it's not Chris Collinsworth.
Yeah, I'm Chris Collinsworth, and I thought that pass was a really good pass, but it was just a little bit under.
Man.
14 seconds left, and I think the Seahawks only have time to try to get some kind of field goal. Aiden Hutchinson has been putting quite a bit of pressure.
The Marine Lair podcast.
Yeah, they have a pretty consistent podcast. I gotta give them that. Can't hate.
I have only listened to him once.
You haven't?
No, just once.
You did?
Listened to him once. Yeah, I wasn't really happy.
Why?
Yeah, it's for some people. It's not for all.
And we're looking at a 1st and 10 with 14 seconds left. And now here it is, and here is Smith, and that is going to be right down the middle, but that's going to be way incomplete. Could have just ended the half. Could have been a pick 6 right there.
Absolutely. Aiden. Yeah, they're the Lions, especially with 14 seconds left, the Lions are only bringing 3.
And looks like I think they're going for the Hail Mary on this one.
It's like,
and the ball is going all the way back.
Like, why would you be attempting pass plays with? I mean, you're trying to get yourself into field goal range. I get it, but
I would have at least. I mean, I'm fine going for the field goal because they're going to get the ball second half anyway.
Yeah, but the Lions have 5 deep. They're only look at their their setup. That was unbelievable. Was that an errant snap?
There was some miscommunication going on.
All right. So just take a knee and just end the half, dude.
No. Go for a huge ass field goal.
No. We have to be contrarians.
And now we're looking at 2nd and 10, 11 seconds left in the half. Now here's Smith, and he's going for a run. And yep, he gets out of bounds, at least gets a first down. But it's not like they're going to have any much time to get any kind of a pass after that.
What? So Emmett Brown saying the Seahawks ain't won a Super Bowl since Blitz changed his look and Moon was replaced by Mr. Snooze.
Oh, that's true. That is true. I noticed that.
I
they
know
changed their mascot, and that's where they got cute.
Yeah, like I know who Blitz is, but Moon was replaced by Mr. Snooze. Who's Mr. Snooze?
No idea.
Rocky.
Oh, Warren Moon. Warren Moon.
Yeah.
Here's a 1st and 10, and now a quick pass, and that's going to be just enough to maybe give Jason Myers a big field goal opportunity.
Oh, Dave
Wyman.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, along with that, Wyman and Bob, most snore fest of a show.
Yeah, I'm sure that was it, right?
We're looking at a 62-yard attempt for Jason Myers.
Yeah, I'm sure that was it, Emmett. That's the reason why. That's the reason why the Seahawks haven't won a Super Bowl. Because it had, it couldn't have been that.
Now here is the kick, and that is going to be way off and no good. And that's going to be caught by the return man. And he's going to try to see if he can get some yards. And nope, nothing doing. And
that was a
flag is thrown.
Field goal. That was a long field goal, man.
It was a long shot.
Well, you're in a dome, but he hooked it, though.
That was definitely a face mask.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
But yeah, Warren Moon definitely had more excitement with Steve Rabel.
Steve Rabel. But that was definitely it. That's the reason why they haven't been back to a Super Bowl, because they changed Blitz's look and they replaced.
Yes, it is the reason.
The thing about it is that also as Pete got farther away from his USC days, his draft weren't as good.
Well, also John Schneider lost a lot of his assistants.
Yeah, that's true. But
that also did not help.
Well, but also when you look back at his first 4 drafts, I mean, there were guys that he specifically recruited to UFC.
He already knew them.
Yeah,
and dealt with them too, and dealt with them in the Pac-12.
So as he got farther away from his USC days,
he lost it.
Yeah, I mean, you look at his drafts post 2015. I mean, there was a lot of misses. There were some good picks, but there was a lot of misses. The biggest thing is he tried to replicate the success of 2013, 2014, and it's like you have to let these new players just be themselves. You have to adapt with the times, and that was the biggest issue with Pete, man.
It's safe to say that he just got really, really lucky, and it just happened at the right time when he got all those players.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Timing is everything. And one of the things that I liked about those early drafts was he drafted guys with a chip on their shoulder, with something to prove, and that manifested. But times change, and you have to adapt with the players that you draft, and he was always trying to replicate it. He always wanted somebody to be the next Cam Chancellor or the next whoever, and it's like
Richard Sherman, Marshawn Lynch.
It's like, dude, let them be themselves.
Emmett Brown, the reason why they had to sway away from the 12th man was because of the copyright issue with the Texas A&M, because they had dibs on 12th man, so Seahawks didn't really have a choice on that one. So anything that you have seen from the first half, like we're seeing Seahawks lack of pass rushing is really showing.
Dude, Jared Goff has been perfect. It's the timing of the routes, but it's also having that relationship with your receivers and knowing exactly their ins and outs. But also the Seahawks are also giving them space.
Too much space, because when you don't have your starting defensive line, it's like this is the result. Exactly. And also, Steve, I might as well just say it right now, but Astros have a game tomorrow, and my proposal is 11:32 PDT, Detroit Tigers at Houston Astros. How do you feel about that for a possible live show?
I am unavailable tomorrow, sir.
Skull emojis.
Yeah, skull emojis. Yeah.
Because I love using that. It's on. Usually, even when people make fun of me about my Mariners, they're like, "Oh, your Mariners can't do this," and I just say, I don't even argue with them. I just say skull emoji because that's all I can give.
The craziest thing is that the guys at work understand that I'm a Mariner fan, and it's funny because they've been giving me a lot of shit because Detroit, basically Detroit outworked them for the final playoff spot, and they're the ones that took advantage of Minnesota falling apart at the end of the year, not Seattle, so they're coming in and they're just kind of like, how about those Tigers? How about those Tigers? And I'm like,
how about them Tigers? Which honestly, I thought tomorrow would have been a great game for you to be with because we got Tigers.
I'm not a Tigers fan.
I thought you liked the Tigers too.
I actually don't like the Tigers at all.
Then it doesn't work for you.
No, that's the thing. It's like it's one thing to to adopt and root for the Lions. They're a fun team, but the Tigers are just Tigers, man. It's like when it comes to I only have so much room for American League Baseball teams, and the Tigers aren't one of them. Now, if it was Cleveland, 100%.
Cleveland Indians has to be Cleveland Indians.
Yeah, if it was the A's, I would have time for the A's, but not the Tigers.
How do you feel about Sacramento A's? Now, here's my
I don't feel anything about it. It's a travesty. It's an absolute travesty what happened in Oakland. And John.
The cool thing, though, that the Mariners did, though, they did invite Ricky Henderson for a ceremony of first pitch. They gave him that split jersey. I thought that was cool. And little do people know that Ricky Henderson was actually a Mariner too.
Yeah, for 92 games in 2000.
And he did well.
That's the thing. It's like, but really, he should have been down in Oakland for that last homestand, not in Seattle, wearing a half with no A's fans in attendance. You know what I mean? It's like it was a pro Mariner crowd, and don't get me wrong, it was a nice gesture. But Ricky should have been down at Ricky Henderson Field in Oakland, California.
They really messed up that scheduling badly. And they made the last game on a day game.
Yeah.
Which was even more bizarre.
I had some friends that are A's fans that were there for the final homestand. Dude, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. But the reality was that Major League Baseball never wanted Oakland, the A's to move to Oakland to begin with in the first place. Back in 1967, Charlie Finley was beefing with the politicians at Kansas City. He was looking for a new stadium. They wouldn't budge, and so he actually came up to Seattle. Was seeing if Seattle would play ball. They were like, "We have 6 stadium," and he was like, "And they were like, "What do you want to say?"
We have some new porta potties.
Yeah, it's like Seattle's notorious for not helping any of its professional sports franchises. But the other thing is, he also went down to Dallas to see if Dallas was interested, and Oakland was the town that welcomed the A's with open arms. And Oakland, the A's gave Oakland championships in the 70s and the 80s, and that was a very good baseball town, but Major League Baseball hated it because it infringed on the Giants and, did absolutely nothing for Oakland. And Major League Baseball should be ashamed. Its owners should be ashamed for even allowing this to happen. Major League Baseball should have stepped in and said, no, you don't have a stadium plan. There's no stadium plan in Las Vegas. And they're allowing them to play in a AAA stadium for 5 years.
3 years.
Yeah, but it's like there's no stadium plan. Like it would make sense if there was a stadium plan in place in Las Vegas, and they're about ready to put shovels into the ground. That would make sense. They're nowhere near that in Las Vegas.
Pete Rose was 83 years old.
They're giving Oh, I'm getting the... Holy crap, did you see that? I'm getting the Grossi raid. I'm getting Grossi raided.
What's that?
Have you heard of Tom Grossi?
No.
Tom Grossi is a YouTuber, and sometimes once in a while in the halftime of a football game, he's like, hey, go to this small YouTube channel and just put Grossi raid as a way of helping small YouTube. So, oh, look at that. 196 views. So, welcome to everyone that has joined my YouTube channel. This is the Rooftop Sports, and obviously you guys came from Tom Grossi's channel, which he has a great channel, by the way. I do cover football myself, and also if you want to help me further, subscribe to my channel and donate to my channel. Use that promo code Rooftop Sports if you're a Green Bay Packers fan, especially. Use that promo code Rooftop Sports for $20 off of your Green Bay Packers tickets, because I know they're expensive as poo-poo, because the waiting list for like a Packers season ticket is like what? Hundreds of years? Oh, look, and hey, we got a Lions fan in the house. Did not expect this to happen with that's what you call the Grossi raid.
Okay.
And also donate to this channel as well. And for all you Green Bay Packers fans, my most horrifying memory as a Seahawks fan was 2008 when the Seahawks had a 14-0 lead against Brett Favre. And then next thing you know, the snowstorm happens. And Steve, what happened after that? What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, the Seahawks got absolutely just shanked.
Oh, against the Packers? Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
With the big snow, and that was supposed to be.
Sorry, I was lost in all these comments, and I'm like,
I know. I was like, what just happened? Got the Grossi. This is actually my second Grossi raid of my YouTube career.
Oh, by the way, do you remember when Golden Tate had the phantom catch against the Packers?
Yep, the Fail Mary, and
Fail Mary,
and everyone was like, "Oh man, the refs screwed over the Seahawks." But yeah, also the refs didn't cause like 8 sacks on Aaron Rodgers either. Mr. Personality on the right, like and sub, get Grossi rated again. Packs are full of crap. Fail Mary, the Fail Mary. We're talking about that Fail Mary. Remember the 2003 wild card round? We want the ball. We're gonna score, because Matt Hasselbeck just could not wipe that smile off of his face because it was all full of goosebumps.
Oh, and by the way, because he threw it into who did he throw?
Al Harris.
No. The receiver he was trying to throw to. Former
Daryl Jackson or Corn Robinson.
No.
Bobby Ingram.
Nope.
Oh, you were at that game too? We want the ball. We're going to score. Oh, yep. How'd that go? And by the way, did you know that the last time the Seahawks won a freaking football game in Green Bay was 1999? Yeah, that's how long it's been. I was in 2nd grade when I had the worst possible teacher of my life. She was a really bad teacher.
No.
My parents actually tried to get her fired, but of course, what is something public school teachers have after 10 years? Tenure. So, I don't know. The only way I could have gotten her fired is if I baited her into like slapping me. That's about it.
That's
funny. Oh, thank you, Bobby Gallant. Thank you for the subscribing. And also, if you guys are into basketball, I've also made a video regarding Dikembe Mutombo. And here it is. It's about the time, and you know what? I'll show this to you guys right now. Here is a preview of the Dikembe Mutombo video. Longtime NBA great Dikembe Mutombo recently passed away due to brain cancer at the age of 58 after undergoing treatment in Atlanta for brain tumor in 2022. In his passing, he was surrounded by his beloved family, and I wish them deep condolences. I am here to make a video in his honor, and specifically, this video will be about him leading the Denver Nuggets to a huge upset over the Seattle Supersonics in the 1993-1994 season. But before I start, I just want to say rest in peace, Mount Mutombo, and here are some of his touching words during his Hall of Fame induction speech in 2015.
It's because of the game that I was able to build a hospital in Democratic Republic of Congo, which is now served more than 140,000 people.
Yeah. So by the way, that AFC NFC wildcard game, Matt Hasselbeck was trying to throw the ball to Alex Bannister, and he actually had Daryl Jackson open on the other side of the field. But and Bob Marley was the one that picked it off and took it in for the touchdown.
Oh, also, did you know the Packers were also in that wild card game because the Vikings couldn't do their job at the end as well against the Cardinals, the Josh freaking McCown, and that's why Paul Allen had that touchdown. No.
Yeah.
And also, for all you Tom Grossi fans, as much as I respect Tom Grossi and I have a huge support for his channel, hopefully you guys will actually be a part of my play-by-play and the YouTube growth. And I can't compete with that for now. And now here is going to be a return by the Seahawks, and that is going to be down. That's going to be the 25. You probably should have just touched back that one.
Who's Tom Grossi?
Tom Grossi is a NFL YouTuber, mostly a Packers fan. He was also NFL Fan of the Year before the Super Bowl last season. And thank you, Bobbert Gallant. And which team do you root for, Bobbert? I'm really interested because we got Steve with the Lions, me with the Seahawks, and now we got a 1st and 10 with 15 minutes left in this quarter because it just started. And here is Geno Smith. And now here's going for the pass. And I mean, the handoff to Kenneth Walker. And he's going to get some yards. And that's going to be about 7 yards. And here we got for a second down. Thank you, Teresa K. And look at all these comments I completely missed. I just couldn't keep up with them. When I get that big on YouTube, I'm going to have that kind of problem of so much comments and stuff. Bobbert Gallant, you're probably a Packers fan, and we're looking at a 2nd and 5 for Geno Smith.
Let's go, Lions.
No, do not do that to me. No.
Let's go, D. Fuck the
2nd and 5, and now here is to Kenneth Walker, and he gets stopped almost immediately. That's probably be a loss of a yard.
Oh.
So, Bobbert, how do you feel about Jordan Love being injured? I'm sorry that happened, and it happened in the Sao Paulo, Brazil. Which, by the way, I went to Brazil the week after that game.
How about that?
And Hoffman, you like the Broncos? Sorry that Russell Wilson didn't work out, but thank you for all those first-round picks. I appreciate it. But hey, we're Super Bowl champions in the last 10 years anyway, so it's all good. We got a 3rd and 5. And they got to do something big on this one. And now here is Geno Smith looking for a pass. Now here is the pass, and that's going to be caught by Jackson Smith and Jigba. And that will be caught, but that's going to be 4th and inches. And I wonder if they're just going to go for it. I would just punch it forward.
Smith and Jigba. Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. Of course, I'm a play behind. So here we go. Yeah, he's going to be short. It's weird.
Yep, they are going for it on 4th down. We got a 4th and 1.
Like, I thought they would give him forward momentum because I thought
No, I think he was already down. Give it to Kenneth Walker. And Geno Smith, he punches it through, and that's going to be a 1st down.
First down.
Nathan Shadows, you are, I think you're a Seahawks fan just by the logo. Thank you for joining me. And as you can see, I not only do football, but I do mostly baseball and some basketball. As you can see, I did that Dikembe Mutombo tribute video where he beat up the Sonics in '94 with his 31 blocks in 5 games.
That was so cool. That game 5 was so bullshit.
It was so bad. As we're looking at a 1st and 10.
The Sonics should have won game 4, but whatever.
Well, game 4 was the problem. And now here's Kenneth Walker getting bottled up. I actually, when I was making that video and doing research, I realized in game 4, Sean Kemp had 2 free throws to ice game. All he had to do was make literally that. And gave up a 3-pointer to Robert Pack, who doesn't even make 3-pointers.
Oh, dude, Robert Pack. Good lord.
That guy was an athletic freak. He was like a short Sean Kemp.
Yeah, but the Sonics had
Now here's Geno Smith, the pass, and that's going to be broken up and intended for DK Metcalf, nearly intercepted.
Yeah, the Sonics had two opportunities, and once in the third quarter, once in the fourth quarter, to literally pull away an ice game for Robert goddamn Pack.
Robert Pack, Mutombo, LaFonso Ellis.
Yeah, Khalid El Alamein, I think.
Mahmoud Abdul Rahouf.
Yeah. Muhammad Abdul
now we
Rahouf,
got 3rd and 8 for Geno Smith. And now here is Smith looking to pass. He has to pass. And now here is the pass to DK, and that's going to be a first down in progress. And also anyone that came from that came as a referral from Tom Grossi, thank you very much for staying on this show. You guys definitely woke me up because, believe it or not, this is the second time I've been Grossi rated. That's what it's called, Grossi rate. He does that to small YouTube channels to help them grow, the small ones. That's like
cool.
Me.
That's cool.
He's a really cool guy, and he does a lot of charity work too through a show. One time he did a show for like 12 hours to get him to raise $1 million, and he wouldn't stop the show until he got $1 million in donations from charity. Now here is the pass to Kenneth Walker. He's going for the run.
He didn't stop until charities gave him $1 million, or the other way around.
No, when he selected a charity, I think it was St. Jude's Children's Hospital, and until they hit $1 million, he would not shut down the show.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yep, Nathan came from the Tom Grossi. So yeah, small world, Nathan Shadows. You've got me, you got Seahawks on tap, I think, and you got Norbcam. And now here is the pass by Geno. That's going to be caught by Noah Fant, and that's going to go into the field goal range.
Yeah. Looks like the Seahawks are driving.
Yeah, also Urinating Tree is another guy. Nathan Shadows, I'm sure you know about Urinating Tree, 5 vid something.
Urinating.
Yeah, he's another cool YouTube channel. I know the name sounds weird, but he also has a good YouTube channel. I helped him write the script for a Mariners video before.
Nice.
And that was before I even broke ground on YouTube.
Yes, I have no idea who these people are, man. I'm just in the small little corner of the
You're a small world. And here's a big pass, and that's going to be incomplete, and that's going to be a flag. And I wonder if that's going to be, yes, I think that's going to be a defensive pass interference.
DPI, man. Good Lord.
Yeah, Nathan Shadows. Also, you probably know of, what's his name? Scooter McRuger. He's another guy that also interacts with Tom Grossi. And looks like we got a pass interference. And Nathan Shadows, do you follow Seattle Mariners baseball?
That, my friend, was the biggest load of bullshit PI call I've ever seen. Good Lord.
You know what? I got something for you.
Oh, boo-hoo. Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin. This is serious. I know.
Just for you.
Number one bullshit. Number one bullshit.
We got a 1st and goal. And now here's Smith Oh, no, not a handoff. He's going for a pass. That's going to be caught by the tight end. And he's going to dive in there for the touchdown. And that is the excellent rookie.
By the way, that was excellent coverage by Davis right there. They gifted him that PI. Oh, heartbreaking. Heartbreaking.
Do you want me to play it again? I'll play that clip again. Oh, yeah, Nathan Shadows. I also follow Mariners baseball. And, of course, I have another video for you. Steve, what was your favorite video that I ever made that was actually, like, edited? If you have one.
Say it again?
What was your most favorite video that I actually made and edited?
That's a good question. I don't know.
There is the Yordan Alvarez video.
No,
the Tino Martinez video, the 2000 Mariners.
The A-Rod one?
Yeah, that's one. That's also a pretty popular one.
There you go. That one.
And Nathan Shadows, this one's for you. This is about how the Mariners, when they traded away Tino Martinez after 1995, you know, the stuff that nobody talks about after 95, because when it comes to 95, everyone's like, oh yeah, Mariners made a nice run in 95, but they don't talk about what happened after that when they literally nuked the team.
Jared. Let's go, Jared. I got 30 minutes. I got 30 minutes before I got to jump off. But Jared, I have time for Jared.
What? No, you gotta leave, man.
Yeah,
You burn me.
Oh, I think my brother might be watching along on this. Yeah, I think he's texting me.
What is he saying?
This. Oh, I think he's going hard in on the Lions. I think he is.
I'm gonna try to see if I can get my backup quarterback to my show. Oh yeah, Nathan Shadows. Yep, it's painful, but I do follow Mariners baseball, so look forward to that. And I do have a show tomorrow with Jim Moore, the Cougar Jim Moore. Going to talk about some Mariners baseball. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, and what's to look forward to or what's to dread for the off season.
The dread pirate Coug, man. I'll tell you what, Jim's a great guy, man. I like Jim.
He is a great guy. He keeps it real.
He keeps it real, man. He keeps it real.
He's a very honest guy, too. Doesn't lie about anything. Oh, my God. These comments were just exploding. Tom Grossi actually commented going, LFG!
I don't know what that means.
Let's freaking go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Comments are so crazy that I'm scrolling up and it's like really big. I couldn't keep up with them. But if I ever become a big YouTuber, I have to deal with that. Like, the comments would be so rapid that I actually have to charge people to get me to respond to them.
Yeah.
I should have done that. Like,
oh God, that was not a PI. Oh, it's so painful. It's so painful. That was not a PI.
Too bad for you. Too bad you won't be here for the end of the game. And now we got the kick to from Jason Myers going to the end zone.
Yeah,
and they are not going to run it out. They want their free 30 yards.
When I wake
that's the thing.
Morning, when I wake up in the morning and I see that the Lions have won this game 35-21, it's all good. It's all good.
You don't know that.
I do know that. I'm not
Rockies, huh? Yeah. A lot of wasted talent with the Rockies. Troy Tulowitzki, Todd Helton, Larry Walker, Trevor Story, Dante Bichette. The list goes on and on. And now here is going to be the pass, and that is going to be caught. And that is going to... Oh, Montgomery's still up. He's going to get a first down, and he's still running. He breaks tackles, and he's going to the 40, end of the 35. What a run that was by David Montgomery. He broke several tackles, and he escaped.
Boom, 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 boom.
What did I just watch? I hope you've seen it by now.
Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Like, how do you not tackle on that? Like, how do you not finish that?
Ooh, that was a missed tackle extraordinaire. How about David Montgomery? And the Lions are responding just like that. Momentum? Not in Detroit, baby. Not in
That's exactly what I needed. And now here is a handoff to Montgomery. He gets bottled up this time.
Not in the Motor City, baby.
Yes, we're going to bring back this game. Will set the precedent on one day you guys will suffer the year of 2008 when Dan Orlovsky ran for a safety when he was chased by Jared Allen.
Dude, this is payback, homie. For the last 2 years of bullshit results at Ford Field. It's payback, baby.
Now here's Jared Goff. He's getting out of the pocket. Here's the pass, and that's going to be caught. And it's going to be another first down. I can't believe what I'm seeing. And he is almost going to be there for a touchdown. Almost there. Now they're at the goal line.
I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah. Let's go, Lions.
So you're going to torment me by saying, go Lions, and saying that's okay. Ouch.
Yeah, dude.
It hurts.
Right. By the way, man, Ryan Gosling always brings sexy back. He's sexy personified.
What about Ryan Gosling from La La Land?
Didn't see it.
Oh. Don't watch it.
I don't watch movies, bud.
Oh, that's fair. And we got a first and goal.
Unless they're old Kevin Costner baseball movies, then yes, I will watch them.
And now here is a handoff, the toss to David Montgomery, and he's not going to have much room. My favorite of the Kevin Costner was Bull Durham. Hey, why are you shaking me off? I just want to bring the heat. I want to show my authority. You want to show your what? You know, this guy's a first ball fastball hitter, but he ain't seen my heat. All right, mate. Give him the heat. Fastball. Wait, how did you know that I was hitting a fast? I pitched the fastball. I told him. Now actually mix up your pitches.
That's funny. My brother just texted and said, fuck, the Lions are good.
Yeah, they're good. We knew this was coming. We got a second and goal, and that's going to be Amon St. Brown. He's going for a pass, and that's going to be caught by Jared Goff, and that's going to be a passing touchdown to Jared Goff, and the Lions have just extended their lead.
Let's go, Detroit.
That hurts. And the only good thing out of it is it helped my fantasy football team.
Yeah, they ran the old little, they ran that little trickery right there, man. The old annexation of Puerto Rico for all you little Giants fans.
Yeah. Yeah, keep laughing. And then that's the field goal. Yep, this is great. And here's my reaction to that touchdown. Here it is. For anyone that saw Austin Powers' International Man of Mystery, that's where it's from.
Yeah. By the way, that aged really well, didn't it? Right. Second half is the second half is the Seahawks half. Yeah, that really aged well, didn't it?
Doesn't help when Seahawks have absolutely nobody on the defense because everyone's hurt.
This is, by the way, that's what happens when you mess around with the sun god, Amon Ra.
Ra. Ra was a god of Egypt. One of the many gods.
Yeah.
Ra.
That's right.
He's not to be messed with. I wonder what was his attributes. Oh, what was Ra was, the god of sun, the sky, and the underworld. One of the most important gods in the Egyptian religion. Ra. He was a big hawk, too. Not to be messed with.
Not to be messed with.
Nope.
All right, let's see some D. Let's see some D now.
No, let's see some more offense.
Let's D it up.
No.
We'll give you some D.
You just had to do that. This game is pain. Just like my fantasy team. Why did he even bring out the little one? Wait, what are you talking about? Curse wheel? I don't know.
Motor City, baby.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like just when the Seahawks just seem to have a little momentum, just a little taste, a smidgen of momentum, Lions say, we'll snatch that soul right back from you.
Ouch.
There is no momentum.
Nope.
There's just pain.
Pain.
He wanted to ensure the Hawks never get anything nice. The Seahawks won a Super Bowl, so push your crying.
And we are back from the break, and hey, they're saying this is brought to you by SoFi Bank. And speak of, I have a SoFi Bank ad.
SoFi is an online bank and a personal financing company offering financial diverse products. They hold the naming rights to the home of the Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers, named SoFi Stadium. They offer amazing checking and savings accounts where you can get up to 4.6% on savings accounts. There are no monthly fees to maintain the account.
All right, kickoff is going on, and that's going to go to the end zone for a touchback. And use my promo code Rooftop Sports if you want to invest into stocks or if you want a 4.5% interest rate. Description will be in the link. Link will be in description. I had to reverse that.
Yeah, that is the goofiest kickoff I've ever seen. But it's out of the end zone, so
Miami is getting absolutely just beaten up badly. As we are looking at a 1st and 10 It is now a 2-possession game.
Yeah.
And it was only because of Dave Montgomery. That was it. Because the Seahawks couldn't tackle. They couldn't finish the tackle. As we were looking at the 1st and 10, 6 minutes, 7 minutes left in this quarter. No, they couldn't. And now here is Kenneth Walker going for the run, and he gets an opening. He gets going for the first down, the 40, and the 50. Goes out of bounds, but get a big first down out of it.
Ooh, a gainer.
Yeah, I could use one of those.
Let's see how big this hole was.
Now we're looking at the 1st and 10 for Geno Smith.
Wow, that hole was as big as this.
And now here is, he's going for a run. Got what?
Nothing.
No, I just looked at the play and I go, he was going for a run. He just slid. It's like, huh?
And he got and Walker had major penetration, and I'm not talking about your girlfriend.
Thank you.
You're really down the middle.
You're really doing it. And now we're looking at a 2nd and 8. And Geno Smith is working on a 2nd and 8. And here is Smith.
Geno.
And now here's Smith going for the pass. He's getting pressured already. He has to throw it away. And some may argue that was an intentional grounding, as we're looking at a 3rd and 8. And you really can't afford. You cannot afford to give this away. And also, Painted Wolf, Nathan Shadows, Teresa K, all of you that are in my channel. I also have a membership $5 a month if you want to get my fantasy football coverage and softball highlights.
Who was it on that play? Oh, that was Aiden
Hutchinson.
Aiden.
And we're looking at a 3rd and 8. 5 minutes left in this quarter. Here is Smith looking to pass, getting overwhelmed. He's trying to break out of the sack, and he's going for a big pass, and that is caught by Jackson Smith and Jigba, and he will go down, and we are looking at the 1st down into field goal range. That was a big one.
We missed the sack off the edge.
Ha 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 ha. I needed that. And now we're looking at 1st and 10. Ball on the 39. Lions 39. They're in field goal range. And now here's Kenneth Walker. He trips up and he's going to he gets bottled up, and that's going to be a huge loss.
God, he flew off the edge and just missed him.
Just missed it badly. But then the next play is pretty brutal too. I am now down by
Yep. Oh, that was
24 points. I'm now down by 24 in fantasy football.
Yeah, he certainly didn't make something out of nothing there. He
Got
made nothing
2nd
out of
and
nothing.
16 for Geno Smith. Man in motion, number 88. Now here is Smith. He's going for a pass, going for a big pass, and that's going to be caught by Tyler Lockett, and he's still going to continue to run, and he's going to go down wisely, and now they're at the red zone. Feels like every 3rd down is a long 3rd. Yeah, it's true. And Nathan Shadows, yep, boom, baby.
Unreal.
Now we got 1st and 10, and now here is Smith. And he's got no room to pass, and that's gonna be way incomplete. And I think that's an intentional grounding right there, because there was no intended receiver when wherever he was throwing, and he was in the pocket.
Fucking Tyler.
Oh, it's a holding on the defense, and that's gonna be an automatic 1st down. Hoping to make this into a 1-possession game. Yep, you held up Tyler Lockett pretty good. That's why Geno Smith could not made it look like that. It was an intentional grounding.
Major bullshit.
And now we got a 1st and 10. And now here is Smith, fake handoff. And now here is a pass. And that's going to be caught by Jake Bobo. And that's going to be a 1st down. 1st and goal.
By the way, that pass was nowhere near Tyler Lockett.
And what's more unbelievable is that Bobo actually tripped and he still got up and caught it.
Bobo.
Jake Bobo's got pretty soft hands, much softer hands than DK Metcalf.
I know, man. He uses lotion.
Yeah, DK Metcalf has like very stone hands. I don't think that guy even ever puts on lotion at all. And now we've got 1st and goal. Here is the handoff to Kenneth Walker. And I think he does get in there for the touchdown. Does he get in? We'll check. Referee is still checking in. And that is a touchdown Seahawks. And now they're going to be within a 1 possession pending the PAT. Good drive by the Seahawks.
Yeah, I wonder if he's related to Philip Bobo.
Well, maybe you can check that yourself.
I doubt it.
Oh, okay. And now it looks like they're reviewing the play and seeing if Kenneth Walker did actually have if he broke the plane. It was 8 plays for 80 yards, and that was done in 3 minutes and 54 seconds. Haha, 54, get it? Most Mariner fans are familiar with that number, 54.
Looks like his helmet got over.
Nah, it's all about that football breaking the plane.
I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that looked good to me.
And they're going for a 2-point conversion. I don't really understand this. I think I would just hit the field.
By the way, that was
either Nathan Shadows. I'm just as shocked as you are. I don't like it. I don't think this is going to work.
That's good tackling by the Lions right there, but still, yeah, they gave up an 80-yard drive. By the way, on a massive.
Now here is Smith going for pass for a 2-point conversion, and is that going to be caught? That is incomplete, but we got a flag on the field. Pass interference against Detroit, but I would just hit the field goal. Just take the extra point. Pass interference on number 23. That is Carlton Davis, who is charged with the pass interference. I would just go for the field goal. Just do the extra point.
What are we doing here?
Yeah, take the point and defense learn to tackle. I agree, Teresa. Abso-freaking-lutely.
Yeah, that was not...
And they're going for the 2-point. They're still, even with a second chance, they're still going for the 2-point conversion. It's not like they got anything more out of it. Now here's Smith going for a quick pass, and that's going to be incomplete. Pass intended for Jake Bobo, and most Seahawks fans would agree that going for that 2-point conversion was a horse crap of a decision. Now I'm going to express that on Twitter X. Did not understand the 2-point attempt. Take the point.
All right. Well, I gotta run, guys. Thanks. This has been fun.
It was fun.
Go Lions.
Go Hawks.
Go Lions. Go Lions. Go Cougs. Have a great night, guys.
Good night. Thank you for being here, Steve. And here we are. So I am flying solo, and unless I can get one more person onto my show. Looks like he won't be, so it's going to be all on my own, just like Tom Grossi is usually on his own. So it's all good. But I just want to say thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Nathan, for sticking with me on this show. Glad to get a new guy. Glad to get new people out of Tom Grossi. Oh, yeah, let me finish that commercial.
SoFi is an online bank and a personal financing company offering financial diverse products. They hold the naming rights to the home of the Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers, named SoFi Stadium. They offer amazing checking and savings accounts where you can get up to 4.6% on savings accounts. There are no monthly fees to maintain the accounts, and they have over 55,000 no-fee ATMs around the United States. You even have access to a budgeting program, stock trading, and insurance programs. Join SoFi and get $25 for joining and or $25 for opening a stock trading account. Links are available in the description. And thank you. And lastly, I am not a financial advisor, so either find a professional financial advisor or go with your own gut.
We rockin', as Tom says. Yeah, Tom Grotz is a really fun guy. He does a lot of play-by-play. And I wonder if he's doing the play-by-play for the Seahawks game as well. Probably is. Yep, he's doing the Seahawks game too. And we are back from the break, and the Seahawks are down by 8, unfortunately. Fun guy, but a cheesehead, so that's hurt. Yeah, that's true. But hey, he's civil with everyone. Oh, wow, that should have been a successful two-point conversion. Wow. They should have just took the extra point either way. Now here's a 1st and 10. Here's Jared Goff pass intended. That is going to be caught, and he's going to go a long way, and he's got nothing following him with the exception of Amon St. Brown, and that's going to be a touchdown. Just one play, and a touchdown's already been done. Now it's 34-20, pending the PAT. That was Jamison Williams. If only that went to Amon St. Brown, because he's on my fantasy football team. Flags after the play, because I think they were going for that dunking celebration. Unsportsmanlike conduct. That was a 70-yard touchdown. Would have preferred to go to, yep. Painted Wolf. We can agree with everything, can we? And the kick. And that is good. Lions are just overmatching the Seahawks right now. That absolutely is painful. So keys to the game so far. So bad defensive line because Seahawks defensive line was pretty much depleted. I mean, it's not like the offense was a complete disaster all the time. Not taking extra point. And what else was bad about this game? I think that was pretty much it. I mean, bad defense, like bad tackling on Montgomery. And then don't forget that DK fumble. That really didn't help. So really just bad turnovers, bad plays, and a big 70-yard touchdown. Boy, this is not good so far.
with rapid relief in 4 weeks. Tremfya blocks a key source of inflammation. At 1 year, many people experience.
We don't look like a terrible team, at least. 5 big injuries on defense, so yeah. Yeah, it's not a big surprise at all. That's why the Lions were heavily favored to win this game. It's a miracle that it's kind of somewhat close and at least a 2-possession game and nothing more than that. And then not going for that 2-point conversion wasn't exactly ideal.
Week 5 kicks off with Thursday Night Football starting at 8:15 p.m. Eastern on Prime Video. Stream games live on your mobile device with NFL Plus.
And we are back from the break. Amon St. Brown and Williams, part of the 2 of the big receivers for the Lions. Jared Goff has been playing absolutely outstanding. He's been perfect all game. 15 of 15. 225 yards and a touchdown. He is also on my team as the other quarterback. Didn't realize Jordan Love was actually back and playing. Jared Goff has scored 20 points so far. He might actually outscore my other guy, CJ Stroud, on my team. And if you guys would like to get exclusive updates from my fantasy football team, join my membership for $5 a month. Or also just to support this channel further, just hit the donation button on the YouTube Super Chats or my PayPal or Venmo, which you can see on the ticker on the very bottom of those usernames. Yeah, we should have gotten the 2 points, but even with those 2 points, I think they still would have scored that touchdown. As we are looking at a 1st and 10. And now Geno Smith right next to Kenneth Walker. And now here is Smith looking to pass. And now here is the pass to Kenneth Walker. And he's going to go right just into the line of scrimmage. And that's actually going to get 5 yards. Teresa, I don't do the Kraken. I don't know enough hockey to even do it. And I do the Seahawks, Sonics if they come back. I have some Sonics nostalgic content. And I also do Mariners baseball mostly. Mariners baseball has actually been the majority of this channel since in the last 2 years. As we're looking at a 2nd and 3. And now here is Smith with no running back. And now he's going for a pass. That's going to be caught by Tyler Lockett. But yeah, I mean, the most I would do with Kraken, I just go to the games and enjoy, but wouldn't have exactly the knowledge to follow it. Like, it's just not there for me. I don't even have the passion for hockey either, just enough to watch it as a casual fan. But are there any YouTubers out there in the Kraken community? As we are looking at a 1st and 10. Got 149 left in this quarter. I mean, believe it or not, Seahawks still have a chance to win this game. 8 seconds left. Geno is really burning time. 4, 3, and now here is Smith. He's going to hand it to Walker, and he's going for runs. Got some room, and he's going to get the 1st down and still breaking through. And just get down, Walker. Just get down. You didn't have to go extra on that. Just go down because you've already suffered that turnover by DK Metcalf with that fumble. Players down for Detroit. I wonder who that is. Hopefully he's okay and not going to be injured. And they are going to take a break, and looks like someone is down for an extended amount of time.
Say goodbye to multiple daily insulin injections and say hello to Omnipod 5. Omnipod 5 integrates with Dexcom G6 to automatically adjust insulin and help protect against highs and lows, day and night. Plus, it's tubeless and waterproof. Take control.
SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code RooftopSports to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you.
Use that promo code RooftopSports.
When they lost Medicaid, they found a new plan that fits their budget. Many other ways to qualify. Visit healthcare.gov where millions have found the coverage they need.
Welcome to your championship game. Here's the big one.
With Amex Gold, you can enjoy over $400 back in dining value annually.
Gonna see if I can get my friend to join. Probably gonna be. Well, I might as well play a commercial too.
SoFi is an online bank and a personal financing company offering financial diverse products. They hold the naming rights to the home of the Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers, named SoFi Stadium. They offer amazing checking and savings accounts where you can get up to 4.6% on savings accounts. There are no monthly fees to maintain the accounts, and they have over 55,000 no-fee ATMs around the United States. You even have access to a budgeting program, stock trading, and insurance programs. Join SoFi and get $25 for joining and or $25 for opening a stock trading account. Links are available in the description, and thank you. And lastly, I am not a financial advisor, so either find a professional financial advisor or go with your own gut.
And 10. And now Gino with no receiver, right? No running back with him. And now here's Gino looking to pass. He's getting bottled up, and he's going to go down with a sack, and the ball is loose. Sack is the result. Yep, he was already down, unfortunately. And now we got a 2nd and 14. And now here is Smith looking to pass. He is going to, and that's going to be big runs and big gains, and we're going into the 20. And they're going to let this clock run down. Yep, they're going to let it run. And that's going to be the end of the quarter. And I got to go to the bathroom.
Modern Exterior Solutions is a fully licensed and insured full-service exterior renovations company serving Seattle and East Side communities. We know that a home is one of your most important possessions. That's why we're committed to providing high-quality, affordable home renovations for each customer's individual budget. We're diverse enough to meet the challenges of any project you put in front of us. Our workmanship minimizes the use of third-party services, and our team works together to meet all your deadlines. Anytime there's a challenge, we work with you to find a solution. We're proud to work with distributors of quality brand products with durable, ample protection from the elements for a variety of applications, including James Hardie siding and trim. Talk with us today about your project's needs, and we can help you solve all the challenges along the way.
Things don't always go our way, but we do what we can to bounce back. Gambling can be fun, but when it's not, it's free. Not private Indian stands. Strive to build a closer connection. You or a loved one.
And I'm back. And looks like commercial break is still ongoing. Commercial break is still on the go as we are going into the fourth quarter.
Families affected by Hurricane Helene urgently need support. Help the American Red Cross provide meals and shelter to these individuals. Donate today to the relief efforts by going to redcross.org/NFL.
And now here is Geno Smith. And here is Smith looking to pass, and we're at the red zone, and that's going to be way overthrown on. That was intended for Kenneth Walker. And we're looking at a 2nd and 10. Geno Smith is at 290 yards so far. And if even Seahawks lose this game, you can't put this on Geno one bit. And now here is the handoff to Walker, and he gets a big opening, and he's going to get the big run. First down, and he's going to get in there for the touchdown. Kenneth Walker is on fire today. Another touchdown for Kenneth Walker. The Seahawks once again bring it to within a one-possession game. Looks like we got a comment. What do we got here? Touchdown Seahawks, absolutely. And now we got Jason Myers going for the PAT. And that is good. Yeah, Teresa, I'd agree with you, right? maybe they should have. And commercial break is ongoing right now. Also, I thought I'd show you fans what my intro video usually looks like. Here it is. Here's what my intro looks like. This is when the countdown happens. Oh, nope. Not necessary because we're already back from the break. Now here's Jason Myers, and he's going to kick it away. And here we go. And it's going to be a touchback for 30 yards. And Seahawks defense has really got to step up. Like, this is going to be on the defense. And now we are looking at the 1st and 10. Ball on the 30. And now here is Goff handing it off to Gibbs, and he's going to get a big run on that. And that's going to be close to a first down. That's going to be about a 2nd and a 3. Second and 3 right now. Looks like Jordan Love is out. Not Jordan Love. Looks like our Love is out. And now we got a run, and he's going to go all the way back. We got a 3rd down and short. As we are looking at a 3rd and 1. Got Dan Skipper. We're looking at 3rd and 1. They got to get this stop. And now here is a handoff to, and the Seahawks get the stop. And they're going to force the punt. And the Seahawks will have an opportunity to either tie the game or bring it to within 1. That was a loss of 2. Yep, finally, yes, absolutely, Teresa. So Seahawks very much have a chance to make it happen. And that's going to be a fair catch at the 20. Also, tomorrow, if anyone that cares about baseball, I'm planning to do the Houston Astros game tomorrow for the playoffs. Talking about SoFi commercials, huh? Oh, Nathan, F the Astros. How about F ourselves because we blew that 10-game lead? And you know, that 10-game lead was blown up quicker than the 95 Angels did. Wish MLB playoffs weren't during workday. Yeah. But here's my advice to you. Get out of your 9-to-5 jobs. Find something. Like, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm building this YouTube channel so I don't have to do a 9-to-5 whatever BS, which technically I'm not in a 9-to-5 lifestyle right now. But I want to be in a position where I can make this like, I can make this my day job thing and on my other jobs be like the supporting thing. That's my goal. But it's going to be a long time until I can grind to that. Why my Angels catch a stray. That's why being a Mariners fan is pain. It is absolute pain. To say that it is pain, it would be an absolute understatement.
Sunday storylines: Vikings beat the Packers in Green Bay. Darnold 275, 3 touchdowns, 4-0 for the first time since 2016. He's been great. The Ravens beat the Bills last night. Derrick Henry 27 touches, 209 scrimmage yards. So good on the ground. Kansas City 4.
Yeah, being a Mariners fan's pain. But now we got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 21. Opportunity for the Seahawks to tie this game. And now here is Smith, and here's the pass to Charbonnet. And that is going to be not much, about 3 yards on that one. And now we're looking at a 2nd and 7. And now here is Smith. Fake handoff. And now here's the pass to the tight end. That's going to be a first down. Great block by Bobo. And he's going for the jump. And I'm saying just get down. Just get down. Don't get cute. Don't be like DK Metcalf. And now here is a handoff to Charbonnet, and he's going to get a big one. That's going to be a first down. Now here's Geno Smith. And now here's a pass, and that's going to be caught by Jackson Smith and Jigba, and he's going to get a big one. And that's going to be close to a first down. Do a Tyler Lockett. Get down and stay healthy. That's exactly what the Seahawks should be doing. Oh, man. F the Astros. Here's the ironic thing, though. I actually have a pretty big Astro fan base because for whatever reason, I made a video about Yordan Alvarez and it was like connected to the Mariners, and somehow that blew up my channel. I don't know why, but it's whatever. So I'm just going with the audience. Not because I like the Astros, it's just because of the audience. And here's the 2nd and 2. And we're looking at a man in motion here. Charbonnet should be a first down, and he's going to get that first down. Yeah, and I hate to say it too, but it's painful to say, but my favorite player in baseball is Yordan Alvarez. Why? Because the guy's got an attitude. He's got a really... Oh, no, a freaking holding call. Alvarez is a big dude. He's got a really cool story where he defected from Cuba. So he's got like the coolest backstory. One of the coolest like escape stories. Along with Altuve, I know these players have these cool feel-good stories and all, but at least Alvarez wasn't exactly part of the whole garbage can as much as like Altuve was. And yes, Alvarez burning Robbie Ray was really painful. But you gotta love the game. And now here is a 2nd and 9. And here is the throw, and that's going to be caught by Charbonnet, and he's going to... That will more than make up for that flag. And now we're looking at a 3rd and 3, and the Seahawks have to get this. They have to convert. I mean, they can go for the field goal, I guess. I guess I'm okay with that with the given amount of time, but the defense will have to step up again. And we're looking at a 3rd and 3. And Smith is getting ready, and here is going for the pass, already pressured. Here is the pass, and that's going to be incomplete. Ball intended for Tyler Lockett, and Seahawks will be forced to kick the field goal. Seahawks will go for it on 4th down. I disagree. I'd go for the field goal. Maybe it's a long kick, but I'm not fond of the idea of going for it on 4th down. Seahawks are playing a little bit too aggressively, in my opinion. This is not looking good. I don't like this idea. And now here is Smith looking to pass, and that's going to be intended for Smith and Jigba, and that's going to be caught, but we got a flag. And the looks like that's on the defense. Offensive pass interference is very possible. That means you're forced to kick the field goal.
That's what the official saw, that he just looks up the defender and collides with him. Yeah, Troy, I agree with you 100%. He comes up and he assumes a block. He pops your boy down there. They're going to call offensive pass interference.
They're calling offensive pass interference. And they're going to punt. Tragic. That's why I said you should have kicked the field goal. And another flag. Seahawks have lost 5 points for being greedy. I'm gonna say, yeah, Seahawks have lost. I would say at least lost 4 points for going greedy. And we're looking at a 4th and 18, and Seahawks have just completely lost it. And here is the big kick. I wonder if that should be a flag because there was maybe something. Nope, no flag happening on that one. Yeah, I know. They should have just went for the field goal. I would have been willing to risk a long field goal. And that beautiful drive was just done for nothing, unfortunately speaking. So the Seahawks defense is going to have to step up again. And also, I just want to say thank you for those that were still sticking with me even after the Grossi raid, because most people doing the Grossi raid, they just do their chat and say bye-bye, maybe a free sub, which is pretty much the equivalence of buying subs for free. So I'm all about that grind and not just depending on Tom Grossi, because I'm sure he's got other ones to cater for. And that's going to be caught, and that is going to the 50. Now we're looking at a 1st and 10. And that's going to be tackled. He is still yet to throw an incomplete pass, so the Seahawks have got to find a way to stop him. Now, is it likely? Probably not, unfortunately. And now here's a 2nd and 7, and that's going to be Gibbs, and that's going to be a 1st down. I don't know if a stop is going to be any realistic. And now here's a rush, and that's going to be caught. That was a nice screen pass, and that's going to go right into the red zone and down to the 10. It's not like even if you score, you're not going to win because at best you're going to tie that. And that was a huge screen pass to the tight end. It's going to be a 2-possession game, unfortunately. And now here's a 1st and goal. And now here is a pass, and that is going to be incomplete. And we got a flag flying. Ten-yard penalty. We'll take it.
divert your route in order to go look up the defender, you're going to typically get called, and that's a pretty costly penalty. That does not count as an incompletion. So 17 for 17. First and goal from the 20.
And now here's a first and goal. And now here is the handoff to Gibbs, and that's going to get some gainage on that. And that's going to be about a few yards on there. It's going to be about a second and goal. Seahawks have got to find a way to either sack or force some kind of penalty. Maybe do some kind of like provoking action or something. And we're looking at a second and goal so far. And now here's the handoff. And nothing doing much. It's going to be a third down, but we're talking about possibly a field goal that's going to happen, especially in a dome stadium. And so much time is being burned off. Like, if you're the Seahawks offense after this, no matter what happens, you have to throw downfield. Like, if you're Geno, you have to go for volume.
They showed me something here totally agree. I think the story would be written a little differently if it were written at halftime. You know, the way that they played and weren't able to make some stops. But this second half, you know, whatever was said at halftime and however...
Considering that the Seahawks have been playing with a depleted defense, I mean, with the exception of like 2 bad broken plays, it's not like the defense has been completely a disaster. And the Seahawks, at least offensively, have been able to answer for the most part. And now here is the pass by Goff, and wide open. That's going to be a touchdown. I think that is. That is a touchdown. And that may have just put in the dagger. That is Amon St. Brown. And that may just be the dagger. Yep, he was right there, wide open. Just absolute broken play, broken defense. No, he was in. He was in. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the Egyptian god. And that's going to be a field goal, and that's in. That's 42 to 27. Seahawks are severely running out of time.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. Because it's the things you make.
What a game that has been, but not in the favor of the Seahawks.
You're born a Steelers fan.
Oh, we're down 5. Johnny, I'm horrible today.
Today ain't over, Tina. No hand. LOB. Whoa, that's bang on, Jody. I feel you. LOB. Whoa. Your backhand is wicked. Your serve is consistent. You're scared. We're scared. They're shaking over there. We're all we got. We're all we need. We're all we got. We're all we need.
Yeah, this defense is a lot to learn. Even with all the injuries, this is ridiculous. Yeah, even with the injuries, like you still can't excuse this at all. The only maybe positive thing about this game is that the offense, for the most part, has been pretty decent. And usually, here's the other warning I have for you guys on this YouTube channel. I am not a Geno Smith fan. I don't think that he is the solution as quarterback, but I'm also going to say that you can't really blame this on Geno Smith. I mean, he actually did release the ball really quickly. He made some good throws. Just that bad decisions by the coaching to go for the 2-point conversion and not elect to go for that field goal. The offense has actually been pretty decent. And it actually did exceed my expectations, considering that Aiden Hutchinson and that solid defensive core of the Lions. And you're a Geno believer. I'm not, but I'm not a Sam Howell guy either. But Nathan Shadows, I definitely appreciate you being on this show. Hopefully you'll enjoy future content from me for many times to come. And take a look at my most recent video, the Dikembe Mutombo video. And now we're looking at the 1st and 10 for Geno Smith, and they got to just throw it down the field. Now here is Smith, and he is going to get sacked. And the ball is out, but luckily recovered by the Seahawks. But again, here's my idea. Geno, you got to go for some really quick 10-yard thing, and then just go for a big heave something. That's what I'm thinking. And now we're looking at a 2nd and 12. And now here is Smith looking to pass. He's got some time. He's going to throw it to Kenneth Walker, and he's going to get the first down. And again, like, let's do the hurry up offense. And yep, that's what they're going to do. And then just throw it down. Like that, 10 yards. That's exactly what we want. They're doing the hurry up offense. How did I drink water during this hurry up offense? 1st and 10, no running backs with him. And now here's Geno looking to pass. He's got some time. And here's the throw, and that's going to be caught by Tyler Lockett. And now they are into Lions territory. But again, you got to keep going. Go, 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 go. As we are looking at 5 receptions for Tyler Lockett for 60-something yards. Geno Smith with 351 yards. And you just got to throw it downfield. Just got to throw it. Now here is Smith. Here's going for a big pass, and that is going to be dropped by Jackson Smith and Jigba. A little bit of miscommunication, but the good news is the time does stop. And now we're looking at 2nd and 10. Ball on about the 46. And now here is the 2nd and 10. And now here is the big pass. And that's going to be caught by Noah Fant. And again, you got to keep it going. You got to score well before the 2-minute warning, in my opinion. It's going to be 3rd down. And now we're looking at a 1st and 10. They are into field goal range, but field goal is not going to be enough. You got to score a touchdown. Now here is Geno Smith's already overwhelmed, caught by Jackson Smith and Jigba, and literally just laid a finger on him, and he gets tackled already. And again, you can't go with these short plays. You just got to throw it down the field. Faster, Hawks, faster. Teresa, you are absolutely correct. And now we're looking at a 2nd and 6. And now here is Smith. Flag is thrown. Maybe a free play. You just got to throw it down the field. And now here it is throwing down the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Lots of contact on that one. Cannot believe it. Maybe there should have been a pass interference. That's what DK Metcalf wants. And I just realized I don't even need this headset because I'm talking to nobody else. It was an offsides on the defense. Yeah, there was lots of contact on DK. How was that not given to him? Yeah, how was that not a pass interference call? You gotta call that. And now we're looking at a 2nd and 1. Gino has just got to throw it down. Got no running backs because there's no reason to. And now here is Gino going for a small pass. Gonna be a first down. Get out of bounds, Bobo. And now Seahawks, they've got to score. Now I'm down by just 15, 13 in my fantasy football league. And now we're looking at the 1st and 10, ball on around the 19 or 18. Now here is Smith. Got some time. He's getting out of the pocket. Now he's just going to run and take off. He's going to go right into the end zone. Great running, but too good to be true, as if there's a flag, and that's going to be a holding call. Detroit. Hold against Detroit. Add it to the end of the run. Just got to go. Closing in on 600 total views so far for this show, and I appreciate the Grossi raid, which I got, which was pretty fitting for the Seahawks game, considering that I'm also doing the Seahawks game. We got a 1st and goal. And now here is Smith. He's going to pass. Now here is the pass, and that's going to be incomplete. Lockett was open on that one. Second and goal. Ball on the goal line, I would say. Pretty much at goal line at this point. 2nd and goal. Here's Smith going to pass. Now here's the pass. That's going to be nearly intercepted. That should have been intercepted. 3rd and goal. Hey, B. Wilkin, how's it going? Are you also a Tigers fan too, by the way? If you're a Lions fan? Now we're looking at 3rd and goal. DK Metcalf on the left. And they got to get this right. And now here's Smith. Everything's very congested. Got nowhere to throw. And now here is the throw. And that's going to be nothing doing. And we got a 4th and goal. Obviously, you got to go for it. And this is going to be the game. And how was that not called? Where was the face mask call? Oh, you're a Bengals fan. Yeah, this is it. It is 4th down. And this is the game on the line. This is all it is. And they're going. It wasn't ready for it. And that's going to be dropped, and that's going to be the ball game. It's going to be a turnover on the downs. And it is over indeed. Nathan, thank you very much for being on the show. I really appreciate it. And thank you very much, Tom Grossi, for bringing Nathan over and anybody else that came to the show through Tom Grossi. If only I got some more Seahawks fans, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. That almost should have been a false start. I mean, it was a very long shot for the Seahawks to win, considering that how much depleted that they really were. And maybe you want to force a safety, but even then, that's like Jared Goff, 18 of 18, by the way. Montgomery. And they can't take a knee because they're just too close. Yeah, we need elite defense. I mean, it looked like there was going to be elite defense, but everyone was injured, unfortunately. And the backups, there was none of that next man up philosophy that we once had. And now here is Jared Goff's got all day to throw. And no, actually he's going to go down, and I think that's going to be a safety. Oh no, just got out of the end zone. Goff broke the plane on a 3rd and 13. I mean, yeah, lots of season left, but Seahawks have got to pick it up. All their backups now got to step up. Geno Smith's got to step up. Like, although things were working against him, he still has a tendency to not close the games in, like make it close at least. And he has problems closing games. He just doesn't seem to have a clutch factor. And that's where we needed him to actually get it done.
This week only at Domino's. Prime Big Deal Days is coming October 8th and 9th with exclusive savings just for Prime members. You'll feel like a big deal. Top deals on electronics, fashion, and more this Prime Big Deal Days, October 8th and 9th.
Target Circle Week, 1 week. Sunday the 6th. Target Circle Sunday the 6th. Big deal. It's Target Circle Week. Get ready for 7 days of big deals. That's right. What a big week. Huge week. Starting October 6th. Team mascot. Boy, I'm running late, but I got lead in my foot and spirit in my fingers.
Wilkin, do I broadcast for only Seahawks games? No, I don't put the Seahawks on a pedestal. Actually, I did 62 Mariners games throughout the season. So normally this is actually a Mariners channel, even though it's called Rooftop Sports, but I do pretty much everything. I try to do baseball, football, and basketball, and even soccer from time to time. And tomorrow I'm planning to do the Houston Astros and Detroit Tigers game too. So still lots of content. Like, I don't just put anything on a pedestal. So there you have it. And I try to do some of these Monday Night Football games too. Scott Van Pelt, one of the few ESPN guys that are left that we all remembered from our 2000s and 2010s. It's going to be a safety. So I guess surprisingly, Seahawks kind of have a chance. The game's not completely over. Game's still technically not over. So what the Seahawks have to do, they have to run up the field, score, and then onside kick. You like the Astros, B. Wilkin, huh? Well, I'm planning to do the game tomorrow, so tune in for that. And I'm sure that you have subscribed to my channel by now. Off of the Grossi referral. The Egyptian god, Amon-Ra St. Brown. So the game is still not over yet. Time is back on the clock. 2:01 left. And stay tuned. I'll be here for the post-game show for the Seahawks to tell you how I felt about it. Because I'm already here. Oh, it wasn't because of Tom Grossi. He just stumbled in here. I did drop a stream like, though. I do appreciate that. And now here is the kick. And you got to just run your freaking butt off. And now here is the run coming out. And it's going to go past into the 30. And he's going to go past into the 50. And he's going into the Lions territory. Yeah, there's maybe hope. And still holding. Oh, there's a flag. You knew that was going to happen. So maybe you're back at the 40. A lot of people need 3 points from DK right here. Yeah, you know what I need? I need a big 50, 60 yard touchdown catch from Jackson Smith and Jigba. That's what I need. Oh wow, back to the 20. Not good. 374 yards for Geno Smith. So it's going to be around 400, and that's going to be caught by DK Metcalf. Geno Smith going into his career high of 400s. DK Metcalf is at 103 yards on 7 receptions. And we're looking at the 1st and 10. We got into the 41 of their own territory. Geno's got to go big on this. He's got Charbonnet right next to him. And now here is Geno Smith looking to pass. And now he's getting overwhelmed already. He's just going to run it out. And I don't really like this. That's going to just keep burning time. And the clock is still running. Get up, Geno Smith. And I would either you should spike it or you just got to throw it downfield. Obviously, you got to do the hurry up offense. So much movement going on. So much time has been burned. Should have tried to go out of bounds even though there was no room. And here's the 1st and 10. Clock is going into the 120s. And now here's Geno. He's got to go and already overwhelmed. And he's got to throw it away immediately because they already knew what he was going to do. And now we're looking at 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. 11 seconds left. 10 seconds. And the clock is really winding down, the play clock. And now here is Smith getting overwhelmed already. And now here's a pass. He pretty much throws away. And then we got a flag out there. And I think that's going to be on the defense. Pass interference on the defense. Painted Wolf, I'm curious how this would play out. If y'all all get a field goal, an extra point, and DK didn't fumble, Yeah, a lot of missed opportunities. I agree. Got a 1st and 10, and I hope you're just going to throw it downfield. Now here's a 1st and 10. Here's Smith already overwhelmed, going for the pass, and that's going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 so far, and another flag. Looks like Geno Smith is down. Roughing the passer. 15-yard penalty. Another flag. Lions want to give the Hawks a win? Nah, that's not how it works. Geno Smith is shaken up. Yeah, we're still on top of the division technically, yes. And we got a 1st and 10. Painted Wolf, who do you cheer for usually? Got a 1st and 10. Ball on exactly the 20. Now here is Smith looking to pass, and here is the big pass going home, and that's going to be picked off, and that's going to end the game. 3rd interception of the season, and that's going to do it. And that is the Geno we know. He just can't get it done. Yep, he maintained control all right. That was an amazing interception by the Lions. Yep, that's a way to wrap this up, unfortunately. It looks like it will stand for sure. Oh, you're from Louisiana. And thank you, B. Wilkin. I'll see if I'm on the show. I hope I am. But we'll see. And I look forward to it. Hopefully I'm doing the show to cover the Astros game, which will be at 11:32. And we got a 1st and 10. And that is going to do it. And this ball game is going to be over after one more knee done by Jared Goff. Seahawks had every bit of opportunities to win this game, even with the bad defense. And Geno Smith, twice, failed to rise up. Both teams are going to walk out 3-1. So you're still going to be behind the Minnesota Vikings. And that is going to do it. The Seattle Seahawks will fall their first game. They're going to go to 3-1 along with the Lions going 3-1. And that's going to be the end of it. And let me take a quick break. after a word from our sponsor.
SoFi is an online bank and a personal financing company offering financial diverse products. They hold the naming rights to the home of the Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers, named SoFi Stadium. They offer amazing checking and savings accounts where you can get up to 4.6% on savings accounts. There are no monthly fees to maintain the accounts, and they have over 55,000 no-fee ATMs around the United States. You even have access to a budgeting program, stock trading, and insurance programs. Join SoFi and get $25 for joining and or $25 for opening a stock trading account. Links are available in the description. And thank you. And lastly, I am not a financial advisor, so either find a professional financial advisor or go with your own gut.
So the Seattle Seahawks have just fallen their first game of the season. They have fallen to the Detroit Lions. They now go to 3-1, and of course, they are behind the Minnesota Vikings for the top seed. But the good news is the Seahawks are still in the lead for the division of the NFC West. Now, before we get into this, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and let's get right into it. So, Seahawks lost to the Lions 42-29. And it seemed that this game was pretty much doomed from the start because the defense was just absolutely depleted. Like, let me see how much this defense was absolutely depleted. And I think I do have the names that were pretty much not available. And I don't really have it, but one of them was Leonard Williams, notably. He was unavailable for today. So that was going to put a strain on the Seahawks defensive line. But I'm checking right now on the Twitter, and here's the injury report. So out were 5 players. Boy Mafe, some other guy can't even pronounce his name, Noah Sue, Jerome Baker, linebacker. All 3 of them were linebackers. Byron Murphy, defensive tackle, and Leonard Williams on the defensive end. So he was not going to be available. None of them were going to be available. So the pass rush was going to be extremely limited today. And that was very evident because Seahawks had problems completing tackles, including one on David Montgomery when he made a huge run in the second half. And just the defense in general, they just could not get to Jared Goff, which was the reason why he had so much time in the pocket, which is why I don't even think that he even threw an incomplete pass. Like, I can check the stats and see if he even threw an incomplete pass, but I don't even think he did. He was 18 for 18 with 292 yards and 2 touchdowns. So you couldn't go wrong with that, which is huge reasons why big plays were given up mostly in the second half. First half was kind of like exactly what you expected, but then second half was just pretty much lost on the defense. So I think I covered that. So the bad defense really did not help. And then earlier in the game, DK Metcalf, he had a nice catch for a first down, but then he decided to get greedy, go for extra yards. He just wouldn't get down, and eventually that backfired, which is why there was a huge fumble on that play. So that's why they gave up a huge amount of fumble return, and that turned into a touchdown, obviously. But despite all of this, at least the Seahawks were somehow somewhat into it. Like, the worst case scenario, there were just 2 possessions back, and they were very much still into this game. But then, unfortunately, there was a time when the Seahawks scored a touchdown, and this is what I didn't understand, was when they did not go for the 2-point conversion. And when they went for that 2-point conversion, because I was thinking just go for the extra point, because then you would have been just down 21-28 rather than 20-28, because eventually you would have to make up for that 2-point conversion anyway. So I didn't really understand what that 2-point conversion was really about. So the first attempt, DK Metcalf actually caught it, but then there was a pass interference, and they actually considered DK Metcalf out of bounds. But maybe the Seahawks should have tried to challenge it, because he actually had 2 feet on. So maybe that's what Mike McDonald should have taken. So he should have threw that flag. So that could have maybe gotten into, or at least after that pass interference, maybe just go for the field goal. But then the second time they doubled down on it, and they went for that 2 points, and they failed. So that really did not help. So there was that, which I think eventually that next play led to that 70-yard touchdown. Was hoping that went for Amon-Ra St. Brown because he's on my fantasy team. So I would have won had it gone to him. But even then, despite all that, Seahawks came back. They were down by just one possession, even though eventually they were down by two possessions eventually, because the other thing that was damaging was they were trying to go for it on fourth down, which I completely disagreed with. They should have just gone for the field goal. I know, although Jason Myers may have not had that range, but you were in a freaking dome, so maybe you would have should have gone for that field goal. But of course, that didn't happen. And I think eventually that's where the Lions made it into a 2-possession game. And then it gets even worse, where Geno Smith was driving the ball downfield, but then eventually on fourth down at the goal line, he failed to convert. And then there was a time where he had no idea that it was even happening, which I think it should have been a false start anyway. But it didn't matter because Geno Smith could not complete the job and the receivers couldn't get open. But despite that, the Seahawks still had life as they were able to perform a safety on the Lions. So Geno Smith had a chance again, but then so many just insane flags, especially on a punt return, which made them force them to start at their 20. But Geno Smith still drove the field, and he threw the interception at the very end. So what does this mean? So first, I just have concerns on Geno Smith. Like, yes, the defense was really bad. He shouldn't have been in that position, but when you're given the opportunity to either close the gap or tie the ball game, you still have to do your job. Like, yeah, the defense is bad, but nothing's going to be handed to you. Like, look at the first 3 games. The defense was literally handing it to you, and you still couldn't complete it. So there's that. And I know that maybe seemed to be the least of the problems. Maybe. But just pay attention to Geno Smith in the fourth quarter. It does really make me nervous. It really does. So here's next. Defense was awful because everyone was injured and the guys in the backup units just couldn't do anything, especially when Jared Goff and Gibbs and Montgomery was just literally just chewing you up. Of course, you're not going to get much done on that one. So with bad defense, especially depleted on personnel, it was going to be tough to stop him. But despite that, I thought you gave up 42 points, but at least the defense did some of their parts, but it just wasn't enough, especially when you gave up a huge play to David Montgomery and you gave up a huge 70-yard touchdown reception, which really shouldn't have happened. So what does that mean going into the next game? I got to see who the Seahawks are playing next. But before I even go to that, let's go to the stat line. Yep, Geno Smith, 395 yards and a touchdown, but you just could not complete a couple of those drives that should have been completed. Kenneth Walker had 3 touchdowns, so if he's on your fantasy team, congratulations. DK Metcalf, 104 yards, but had that huge critical fumble, which really didn't help. Jackson Smith and Jigba and Tyler Lockett were pretty busy today, along with Zach Charbonnet. Even Jake Bobo got some pretty big passes too. So Stephen Core made some pretty good impacts. So, and then the Lions, Jared Goff, 292 yards. When defense is not getting to Jared Goff, what do you expect? You're going to give up touchdowns and 292 yards? You got Gibbs with 78 yards. Actually, that's pretty impressive considering that it was pretty much the defense was pretty much just getting blown up. But also, David Montgomery put in his 40 yards. So, I mean, considering that, I thought they stopped the run game pretty well, with the exception of that one big run by Montgomery. And of course, they give up a lot of passes. But yeah, going into the next game, it is going to be, looks like it's going to be the not San Francisco Giants. It's going to be the New York Giants. And let me double check that schedule. Let me go to the Seahawks schedule. All right, what do we got here? Next week, they're going to be playing the New York Giants at home, luckily, and that's a broken team, so you would think the Seahawks should be able to win that game. And then October 10th on Thursday, you're going to be playing the San Francisco 49ers at home. So that's going to be the game where they may lose. But the Giants game, you would think that they should be able to win, but you should try to get both of them, because then you're going to be playing at Atlanta against Kirk Cousins. Then you're going to be playing Buffalo at home, then Rams at home, and 49ers on the road. So the Seahawks have a pretty tough road ahead of them. So at least when taking it 1 week at a time, absolutely take care of the Giants. And let me double check on that Giants game to make sure that it is at home. And yes, it is at home because it is at 125. So they will be in Seattle. So that's going to be an advantageous opportunity for the Seahawks to win that game. But until then, hopefully the Seahawks defense could be healthy by then, because 5 players on your defense being out is definitely a cause for concern and a disaster. I mean, Mafe was out. 2 other linebackers were out. Byron Murphy was out and Leonard Williams were out, which is pretty much the anchor of your pass rush. So going forward, hopefully that they will be healthy. And most importantly, hopefully they can handle and take care of business and not downplay the Giants so much. But that's going to do it. I just want to say thank you very much for being part of my live show if you were there. And thank you for joining me on this post-game show. But that's going to do it for the post-game show. And thank you for watching, and go Hawks. Well, that's it. I think I have said everything I've needed to say. Just want to say thank you very much for being on the show, and thank you for all the new fans that showed up, and hit that subscribe button in case if you haven't. Looks like we got a comment. We got unlucky, defense out. Not a terrible performance considering the bad circumstances. I agree, but maybe Geno. I know I'm not a Geno fan. Yes, volume-wise, he did pretty well, but towards the end of the game, he just couldn't complete the job. So that's what I have to give him, unfortunately. 12th man should definitely help. Yeah, you would think so. But anyways, just want to say thank you. And thank you, Tom Grossi, for hooking me up with all these fans, because look at all these Tom Grossi raids that I got. Just a bunch of random fans. And I actually even made $10 on this, so I'm happy about it. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you, Tom Grossi, for the shout outs. And thank you, Steve Silver, for being here. And thank you, Flick of the Switch, for giving me all the criticisms as always. And that's it. I am out of here. And everyone,